Good evening and welcome to LAWhammer!
Hey!
Now let everyone say hi, hello. There we go. Hi everyone. Right, so this week it's going to be a little bit different because we have nobody in production corner, which means you're going to see me doing this a lot. Pressing buttons and hoping that everything's going live. If it's not and I disappear, blame me. Probably a good thing, all things said and done. I have a few things to open with because it's been one heck of a week here at the LAWhammer side of things. All of our players have come in during the course of last week and they've all filmed themselves a special Tales of Altdorf. Now, some of those have gone up already, not all of them have. They're going to be going up to begin with for patrons, but for everybody else, it's our all-access patrons, as I recall. But for everybody else, they'll go live next Friday, because next Friday, we have a week off to go and do things like, you know, I don't know, see people.
Play Zelda.
Play Zelda, yeah, that's a good one. So, first things first, our side streams for the Tales of Altdorf. They go up next Friday, but they have already been done for all of our PCs. So there's going to be some things that will come out during the course of this one. It'll all be introduced nice and clean at the beginning of the stream. Some things might come as a bit of a surprise, but trust me when I say there's going to be a host of things that some people, Birdie, some people will never be telling anyone ever, almost certainly. I'm not going to say what that is.
You tell me. Yeah.
I
don't care.
Yeah.
She can tell me.
She can tell. 100% is definitely going to happen. So beyond that, I will say again, I'm on solo production here, and that's going to make me pause, stutter, stop, go, how do I make the break start? So if that occurs, I do apologise. I hope no one's sitting there monitoring your comments, but we might be on this side, so you might get the occasional message from someone whose turn it isn't going, I wish Andy would hurry up. Seriously. If you do notice any sound issues or any vision issues, do tell us. We might be able to fix it during the break. I have done my dangest to sort it all out, but our plan on this side is to fix it during our next week break. We're going to try and bring in another mic or two to see if that'll make a difference for some of the pops and issues that we had in the last stream. And we're also going to be replacing all of the chairs. Because our chairs are falling apart already. Apparently we're just a bit too excited and enthusiastic to have cheap chairs, so we have to use bloody expensive chairs. No, I went for excited and enthusiastic. You didn't have to go for tubby lard arse options. So, without
chairs, just saying.
So, without any further ado, I shall reach out for my button down here, because I'm a producer also, and say, let's start episode 3. We shall inherit. The Reichsport is over 5 miles at its widest. An expanse of water to the north and the west of Altdorf, the capital of the empire. And at the moment, the 1.5 mile long piers on the north side have got a barge. One barge amongst many hundreds, upon which should be 6 PCs. Should be. 6 bold adventurers, glorious heroes, most certainly not people who would be engaging with anything nefarious and off. Go watch the Tales of Altdorf to see more on someone who's been perhaps doing things. Definitely an aside. This barge currently has Josef the bargee. Barge captain, he likes to self-style himself, although in truth he's a barge master. With a bottle of wine, his feet up, wondering if the many folks that he had recently met are ever going to come back, because he intends to leave either this evening, although the wine is beginning to flow and he's not so sure if it's going to be this evening yet, or tomorrow morning once the wine has gone into full flow. At least that is the plan. The first of the PCs to arrive, is Elric. Elric makes his way down the jetty, and it's fair to say, does he look taller? Is he holding his back straighter?
He's standing prouder.
One thing is quite different for when you all arrive. Our good friend Ulrich has a metal grill around his neck with small braziers, not lit, unless he's chosen to lit them. There's no need for them to be lit, but he could if he wants to really boast.
Open flames on a boat.
Wise move. And he's wearing a full new wizard's uniform. The swish of flame buttons crossing down the front, the long skirts, the high boots with the flame insignia at the top, topped with the great grill. He's got a new wizard's staff. Again, topped with probably a burning grill, which he can then take off if he wishes to do so. And indeed also a new sword. But beyond that also, his arms are now bare, where beforehand they were covered in his apprentice uniform. Now bare with runes up each side, leading into a far more complicated set of runes at the top. All of which, perhaps because he can't help himself, have just a slight touch of colour to them. Maybe burning a little. Could just be the excitement, because one of the great things about actually the Wind of Magic that he channels is that it tends to gather to excitement. It gathers to passion, and for all, he wasn't that excited necessarily when it happened. Now he's out the college. Maybe he's more excited about the fact that he's leaving this hellhole, this burning hell of a college behind him, and it's beginning to flick up the course of his runes.
Boats go out of the city.
However, as he hops and makes his way across the barges, because the beer belly, the barge that you're intending to reach, is a good, currently 11 barges in. It's near the edge. It was in planning to leave very soon. You have to make your way all the way over. The natural gyrin that flows through the waters dampen down the archway, and all the slight flickers across the runes die out. A slight wisp of smoke reaches up from your shoulder. Josef looks over and goes, bloody hell, I thought no one was coming. Oh, they look fancy.
There's no one here.
No.
Did anyone come back?
Well,
they were all here.
Father's down below.
Father?
He's down below, aye. But, he's been... It's fair to say, when I came back yesterday, he were groaning, moaning, and it wasn't in, the good way. You know what they say about priests. Would you like some wine? He says, there's a cup. There you go.
Celebrating. Did he say anything?
Come on, you've got to tell me. You can't sit asking questions. What happened? Look at you.
Well, I managed to get my license. I am fully licensed and bonded. I have my own, and he pulls out his license. It clearly says Elric Grunfeld on the bottom.
Oh!
And then he just puts it right back away. So when do we leave?
Flickers across the course of his runes, picking up.
I will take the chance to describe the runes because we hadn't decided.
Yep, go for it.
So he's got the runes up the arm, but when it gets to the shoulder and more intricate, he got to request his design. And he's chosen, it starts off just with flames, but then escaping from the flames is a bird on each shoulder, flying away.
Oh, nice.
Caw-caw.
Yeah.
Caw-caw. So he's down below. I think he's sleeping or something, praying, whatever he's doing.
Joseph, I know it might seem very rude of me, but I'd like to go down and see him because the last I saw, he was being taken away.
Of course. So down you go.
Yeah, grabs the wine bottle.
So
we're celebrating.
Oh, you fucker! He says as he gets up. Oh, Gilda! He says, bring me more wine. Get it your fucking self! Comes from down below. As you make your way down. As you make your way down to where the father, I think he's sleeping with you, isn't he? You're both in the same bunk because it's double bunks. I think so. Yeah.
Odd couple.
Heretic.
Sadly, we're saying
Yume arrives. She's expecting to arrive just before the barge leaves. Wrong. As she slinks along, looks back, looks around, and hops her way all the way over. It's only Joseph on the boat. Where's everyone else? I wonder if this is going to become a repeated thing. There's only Josef at the moment.
This guy.
As he's popping a new bottle of wine, as he looks up and he goes, well, that's another one.
Oh, so there are other people here.
What?
Sure, yeah, okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. Oh.
Are we leaving tonight, though? Not to be rude, but like,
He looks at the wine.
I expect a lot of us...
Do we have to?
Possibly, yes.
Gilda! Gilda! Oh my God. Gilda! Yeah. Oh, bloody what? We have to move. Where's Warhammer? I'm the piss. Ugh. Fuck. He looks at you, but not everyone's there.
Oh, like, we'll try and wait for as long as possible. I lost, like, you know, I think they haven't found me
Well.
for a while.
He says, well, I would rather have a trainee boatman up on deck. Let's hope that she arrives. Meanwhile, you make your way down the stairs and open up. The father is all curled up on the bed, passed out, you think. He's got a hood pulled right over. And he's...
Howard, you'll approach and gently, with the bottle of wine, nudge the father. Leopold?
Elric? Is that you?
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I owe you an apology. The prophecy that we heard that guy say in the alley, it's definitely bullshit. Well, it's not straight up anyway, it's not normal prophecy. But the thing is, and he sort of sits up, pulling his hood back to reveal sockets that are entirely devoid of eyes. With cold, like blue, silver tracing of scars coming around them. Not all prophecy is bullshit, though.
What happened to you?
I can see clearly now.
Oh no! That's definitely what you wanted to hear. Meanwhile...
Bottle of wine is dropped.
And Leopold catches it.
Oh, nice one! Love it! Birdie! A coach pulls up by the wharf, number 19. And it is, let's choose a single word. There are so many I could use because it is resplendent. Deep blue, golden trimmed, yellow slashing knights, panther symbols on its side. Panthers wrapped round the wheels. Panthers wrapped round all the reins and up onto the 4 quite literally golden horses. Their pelt has a sheen right down it. The wealth can almost be felt by someone who is always looking for wealth. It's enough to make your head go whoop. The wealth can be felt. The gilt everywhere. As Birdie comes out, wrapped in a blue towel. With a little nice panther symbol right there.
It's gotta be a big towel.
It is sadly not as big as it probably should be. It is wrapped, it is modestly covering her in as much as a towel that can barely cover her can. As she hops off and waves. Coachman with a long wig, you hope it's a wig or very styled hair. It's very styled hair. Sits down with a beautiful curly moustache, looks over to you and says,
Excuse me.
good eve.
Thank you so much.
As you watch Birdie pad her way along, she's got underneath her arm a bunch of goods. Her stuff, one presumes.
Wrapped in a jumper.
Maybe her clothes, because obviously, who wouldn't rather arrive by towel? As she makes her way along, the father has just dropped a bottle, and no, you can't even frame it. You've just dropped the bottle, and the father, it wasn't you, the father just got, what?
And at that precise moment, he cocked his head and goes, Birdie's back.
what happened to you?
I went to the Convocation of Saints, and I had a revelation, and now I am an Oracle of Sigma.
So says he. As you awkwardly go over all the barges, you get quite a lot of comments as you're making your way along from the various bargees who are doing what Joseph likes to do of an eve. Or, as you make your way along and eventually arrive at the barge where Joseph is already at the back, unlashing, getting things ready back there, sees you and goes, bloody hell.
Sorry, I'm late.
No!
Great.
Go in! He says. You might want to change.
If I had any clothes, I would.
Your training starts tomorrow.
I mean, I can take it off if it bothers you.
Don't want to be arrested on the way out. Go, I don't know, go borrow something.
Okay.
She's just wearing a towel.
Who the hell is that?
Oh, that's Friedrich, the coach guy. Nice fella.
Can I roll Lord Harold?
You don't need this one, it's a relatively common one. The Knights Panther, arguably the richest, I'm sure there are other orders that would disagree, knightly order in the Empire. They have been the richest for over 1,000 years. And we all know where those riches likely came from. Elsewhere. South, in fact. They went off on, let's call it a crusade, and they came back with everything. And they have been rich ever since, guarding trade routes down in towards Araby. You know this because you've seen their ships. Wow, they're rich. That coach would have put the Emperor's coach to shame.
And they couldn't buy you clothes?
I didn't think to ask, to be honest. They lent me a towel. I thought that was very nice of them.
Gahart, you're strolling along with Lucas, making your way back.
Okay.
We've dropped off on the cab on the opposite side, and we're going along the jetty.
Okay.
You think it's that one over there as Lucas poddles along beside you, rubbing his eye.
So, Lucas, I think it's fair to say that we will never ever tell anybody ever about what's just happened, and there is no way that we will possibly explain it to anybody who we know or anything like that, correct?
I'm not sure that's wise.
No, I know, I'm just gesturing with you, it's okay, don't worry.
You have this thing that just makes me feel sick sometimes.
No, it's fine. I know, it's kind of like, oh, everything's gone out from underneath you and your stomach feels like very
That's exactly what it is.
Yes, no,
you know, like when you take that last step, but there isn't a last step.
Yes.
And then, but there is.
Yes.
Exactly.
So when
that.
there's one, but there isn't one.
Yes. And then your whole leg jars.
Yes, it's actually, that's a remarkably good metaphor for everything that has just happened collectively. We've kind of got to this top of the stairs, had a bit of a wibble wobble, and now back here and everything looks good. By the way, everything looks good. You look good.
I'm really admiring your new top.
Thank you, it looks good, doesn't it?
Yes, it really
It's
does.
superb.
Yes. Do you
Yes.
like my eye patch?
I do.
Yes. Do you like the skull?
I do.
Yes, thank you.
It's remarkably roguish.
Yes, I particularly like all of the weaving.
Yes,
not the weaving, the stitching. That's
Exactly.
it. Oh,
Very good.
it's been quite the day. Right, we're gonna have to go over all the barges again, sir.
Oh, yeah. No, it should be alright. Yes, your leg.
No, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Barge Hand. You couldn't by any chance lend me a hand? I'll go off, please. Thank you very much. Much obliged. I'll just make my way over your barge. As you and he make your
Salty
way over.
Lucas.
As you make your way over, on the top of the barge is Yumi, who's sitting in the corner with a cup of wine, sitting by in Joseph's normal place. Joseph is currently pulling on ropes,
Perfect.
winding them up, and he looks up.
Oh, hello, Joseph. How you doing? You good?
Didn't know if you'd make it. Partly we're going.
What?
We're going.
Trouble!
We're going?
We're going.
What, now?
Well, as soon as we've got everyone, but yeah.
What do you mean, everyone?
Well, we're
You all
missing.
left me, to be fair, actually, this morning. I woke up and nobody was here.
Everyone looks around guilty
Who's
downstairs.
back?
I left the first night. I don't know what you were thinking.
What?
Anyway,
Same.
What?
we're missing Alameda wife.
Oh, right. Oh,
I
she's
think.
probably... have you looked on top of things? She's so...
Up on top of the mast.
There she is.
There the whole time.
Perching.
Is this good? Is this good? Pointing at the wine.
Is it good?
It's wine.
Well, I mean, can I have it, ultimately? Right, fine, thank you, excellent.
As Lucas sits down, he says, I'll be mother. There you go.
Thank you, Lucas.
Would you like some more?
Yes,
Mistress,
please.
there you go.
Thank you.
And I would like some too.
I've had a hell of a few days. Had to move around
Yes.
Really?
every
Keep
few
talking.
hours.
The bottle's empty.
Every few hours. I mean, that sounds okay. Sort of, you see most of the city. Did you enjoy it? Did you feel like you were back in the hub of things and everything?
Lots of people died.
Right, okay. I mean,
Well, no, actually, just one person died. I'm not sure about the other ones.
that's quite a good day in Altdorf, really. I saw 2 people die.
Oh, well, there you go.
Actually, it was quite romantic.
You want to talk about it?
Lucas just sits there going slowly pale.
I'll, do you know what? I think I'm going to finish this. We're going to get another bottle, and then I might sort
Cool,
of
okay.
open up. It's actually been, mind you, look at this!
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's very good, isn't it? Look, check this out. Turns around, shows the back. Oh, look at that.
Look, it goes all the way out. It's the wings of the griffins from the front go all the way around the back and cross. Oh.
And, look, that can take a hit. You know what I mean? Leather.
You
full
may
leather.
immediately punch us.
Good show, says Lucas. Very well done.
No, didn't feel a thing. Do it again.
Almenwife, you hop out of your coach. Almenwife is not dressed as she was before. She has a very short, it's fair to say that she looks like she could be plying her trade down the docks. That's the quickest and easiest way to describe what she is currently wearing. She has her makeup all smeared across her face, and
She's carrying her stuff.
yes, piled across her bow, everything else, as she makes her
No
way.
clothes, just all my stuff.
Yeah, your stuff. Twinsies.
And a long, and to complete the short dress, local
Oh, don't forget
dock
the-
worker look, a long coat that goes right down to her
to
ankle.
pull it around. Absolutely, very important.
Yeah.
As she pads her way along and then skips across the edges of each one of the hulls of the boats and arrives. And we're off! Says Josef immediately. It's slow until the sail luffs and fills and gently moves off into the Kaiserreich, the primary flow that makes its way out of this part of the city. And then it turns round. Down! That means everyone get down!
What?
As woof, the boom flies across the deck and fills up on the other side. Where's that girl up here?
I shall lend her. Oh no, I don't know that. Why is she not? Where is the boatman? The boat person? The boat people that we employed? I will fetch them. Good day.
pad down.
Good day.
Have I arrived
You're well-
downstairs?
Oh yes, you're downstairs.
She wasn't wearing much. Oh yeah, no, fair enough, elves.
Well, that's quite the sight. That's not quite the sight. And Elric doesn't look like Elric anymore. And your version of Elric is now almost just a burning man. The flicker of golden flames all around him. It's difficult to see his face. You can't really see his face. But as his mouth opens, there's burning fire on the inside of it, like his words might at any moment burst into life. A burning life. It is slightly enthralling, but you're also not seeing him in the right place quite. So you end up speaking to him there. Which is not exactly the most useful thing for you. No, he's not looking at me, but...
Look, I'm not sure what to say.
It's all right.
Are you okay with this?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I be? And he'll just casually reach down to the bed and pick up a blindfold and kind of tie it around, hiding the ravages of his eye sockets.
That's actually quite relieving.
Yeah.
Hello, I am back.
Says Alamanaway from above as you arrive. You're in your room.
Birdie, he needs you on deck. Why aren't you up there being a boat person?
He won't have me on the deck because I'm only wearing a towel.
You can have my dress.
I don't think that will help.
Oh, it might. You haven't seen the dress.
Yeah, but boat personing suggests trousers. Is her thinking.
Seems fair.
I've got a spare set of non-priestly clothes you can have. Trousers and the
Can I
like.
go into the
height.
room?
Yeah, totally.
And,
Oh, he's got a blindfold on.
and Elric's in full gear.
And Elric is in full wizard gear. He doesn't look like he's suppressing a smile, honest.
No, it's completely the opposite. He was cocksure, and now he's just like...
That seems fair.
Birdie just gives you a huge hug because she knows you've been waiting for this. It's like, oh, I'm so proud of you.
I come up to about just below your chest.
Yeah, you'll
You're like right under her chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll nestle.
and just above the towel. and while we're in that hug and she's really happy, she'll look over at Loophole and go, "What the fuck happened to you?"
Birdie, I don't know what to say to that.
I'm an oracle now. It transpires.
Alamanaway will peer in.
I've got good news and bad news, apparently.
You are like the blind warden of Torrevress.
Is that a good thing?
Can you still wield your hammer?
Yeah.
He is like the blind warden.
And he'll reach over to his pack, pull out sort of set of normal clothes and just fling them towards Birdie.
Flung him in the right direction and everything.
Yeah. I let go of my towel.
I owe you an apology. I owe you an apology. That prophecy, it was real.
It was a deception. A ploy of the ruinous powers.
Well,
An attempt to sow discord.
that is all magic is.
Exactly. And that magic corrupts the world around you, which is why I don't see it anymore.
That sounds portentous. But I don't know what you mean. How can you not see magic?
What I mean is I see beyond this.
He's gone.
What do you see? What do you see when you look at me?
He's gone full human. What does he see?
What do you see?
Barely anything. You can. You only really know that she's there because of her voice. Unlike everyone else,
Yeah.
nope.
She'll go round behind him and tap him on the shoulder.
Oh, that's actually unnerving.
Hello.
But actually, it's not surprising, is it? Because he hears her.
Oh, yep, you've got acute sense hearing. Acute sense hearing!
Finally, somebody's got
Go check the Augur career if you want to know more about that. It's up on the blog. He's got acute sense hearing, and the important one is Oracle as a talent.
Can you hear me? Yeah. I must be quiet. I'll try again.
She's coming up behind you.
Wizards.
I don't have time to play games on this.
This bunk ain't very big. To be fair, anyway.
I will challenge accepted. I will hone your skills. I take it upon myself.
Thank you.
We have been friends now for what? 6 months at least.
Yes, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forget all those earlier times.
Standing up straight or holding a staff.
You are a wizard now.
Yeah.
Can I see your license?
He'll dig into his chest and...
Look, I have one too.
What?
You know all elves can automatically claim one just by
Yeah,
going
but
to the column.
elf bullshit. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't
exactly.
probably isn't even your name on it. Mine has a flame.
Let me see it. Will you cast
See with your
a spell
eyes.
for me?
Sorry, Father.
Can I give you a hug also?
I've never been hugged by an elf. Sure. He'll drop the staff instantly. Oh, wait, no. Extinguish the flame.
So in general, you never need to channel to light it as long as it's oiled. You can automatically light it if you want, but it's an action.
Right.
And all 3, 1, 2, 3, can be lit for an action. So if you think you're moving towards a combat or similar, you can just spend one of your actions to go. It's a good way to start intimidating
Yeah,
folks.
exactly. If you just want to look like a badass.
Yeah.
Note to self:
Sorry,
buy
what was
marshmallows.
No need to roll. I am intimidated.
Meanwhile, on the deck, you're all getting quietly sozzled as the boat makes its way down, and you get to see the slow rise of the marshes extending out through the mist to both left and right, but they are completely drowned out by the enormous quantity of warships that are anchored all around. There's, of course, traders plying their way between them, all manner of barges, and much like your barge, they all follow a similar design. If you want to know what they look like, go check a Thames barge out there. If you want to get an idea of what a typical Empire barge looks like, look at one of those, then add skulls and spikes, and you're away. So, along sails, these aren't barges that get pulled along by docks by little horses. These are proper sailboats, long, wide, with deep holds underneath them, but relatively shallow drafts in general because they're so wide. And there are hundreds of them making their way up towards the city and away from the city. But they are dwarfed by one enormous, truly enormous warship. The Emperor Wilhelm III, as Josef calls out, pointing towards it. 1,000 men on that, he calls. Never taken to sea.
Oh, give it a waste.
Shall we have a meeting? Shall I call the others?
Bring him down.
You may will turn to
Does Joseph
Gerhard.
need help?
I'm gonna acquire a meat pie because he must be around here somewhere.
You'll be inside your room, probably asleep under the bed.
Oh, cute.
Sorry, I couldn't take you with me. Good
Bites
job.
your nose.
I deserve that.
Twinsies!
I'm healed.
Yeah. Sorry. It's been quite the time. I'll tell you about it later. We're going up on deck. Come on. I will report into Joseph wearing some clothes.
I told you start tomorrow.
Well, I thought you might need some help.
Gilda says, fuck off!
Thanks,
From the
Gilda.
back. Puts her thumb up.
Fine, I'll go back downstairs then.
Hey, Birdie.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
She's wearing a towel. Oh no, she's wearing clothes now. Yeah,
Well, a shirt and some trousers. That's it.
You got here too late.
What?
No, nothing.
Nice to see you. You okay? Where did you go? You left me a note.
I had some stuff to do. I also made a friend. It was great. But yeah, it's been a rubbish couple of days. Hungover to hell.
Right. Okay. Well, do you want some wine?
Yes.
All right. Well, we finished this bottle, so do you want to grab some?
have an endurance, can I have an endurance test from you, please?
What?
Wife.
No.
Yes.
1 success.
Followed by an endurance test from yourself. Because you're both hungover.
Yes.
Nice try. No, I'm not. Sure.
You might still be drunk, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's actually fair.
I failed by 1.
Hang on. Is this easy?
No, it's just us
it's
three.
just those two.
No. Is it easy?
Oh,
That's 20.
you got plus 20. It's not easy. It's just
Oh, sorry.
advantage.
Yeah.
So it's got advantage. Yes, it's
5
advantage.
successes.
Yes, totally.
Nice.
Marvelous.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, good call.
Are you coming down? We're having a meeting.
Would you like care of the dog?
Yes.
There you go.
You're a star, Lucas.
Joseph goes, oi! Wine! I'll get it for you. He goes, which one?
Lucas,
Clatter, clatter.
hang on. You
Yes.
don't work for him.
Yes, but he is, conveying us.
He's the cat.
True.
I don't want to walk.
It won't hurt. It's only a bottle.
All right.
As he makes
Just
his
want to make
way
sure
over.
you know you have a choice.
Ooh. That was a wave. As he makes his way over, pass it. Hey, Q. Gug. As he settles down.
Definitely a romantic life. For sure. Was there a meeting? Is there a meeting happening?
Apparently there's some yelling about a meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a meeting?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's
Better
do it.
than looking at these warships that are never gonna actually float on.
It's
the sea.
kind of dull if they're not actually going to war, isn't it?
Well, I mean, that's
It's actually
not
quite
gonna
impressive.
happen.
There's like scores of them.
I know what I
They're
think.
gonna break.
Shut the GM.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, it's pretty impressive. There's a lot of them.
Is there a bigger cabin? Is there like extra space?
No, there's not.
So
There's
we'll sort of have to spill into the corridor.
or just go up on the deck, because the deck itself is very long, and it has long slats across the middle section which cover the hold, and they just get all lifted off as and required by the stevedores. There's loads of space there, and you can, if you sit down near the front, you'll be well away
Is
from
anyone-
the mast.
Is anyone wanted? Can we go up on deck?
I'm not wanted.
Are you down with us? At
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down, and you're not down yet.
Okay,
I have not left Altdorf as an outlaw. Have you?
No,
No, a
I've
fully
left.
standing
Fully
magister.
licensed,
Yeah,
just-
fully licensed.
Okay,
Excellent.
Father.
And Birdie has already gone up, so she must judge herself to be safe.
You reckon you're fine? Put your hat down, whatever.
Did you find out the thing?
Oh yes.
Me too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I was lying. I didn't know what it is.
What do you mean?
Well, I thought, might as well feign some sort of knowledge of it.
I think the response is you rake your hand through your hair as you look
Oh.
away.
Right. Okay. I know. I found something about those people that do this.
Yeah?
A couple of people. I know.
Sir.
Yes. Right. Yes.
But that's
It'll be
also
all-
why I
I'm-
have to leave.
Shepherd, Ellen anyway,
I see.
like shepherding people upstairs.
Elric is
Up to the
going
front.
to approach to help the father. Probably doesn't need it.
but it'll make you feel
But
better.
he's using the opportunity to whisper
No,
to the
I think it's
father.
actually fair. You do need help. You're not used to it yet. So it'll take a wee while before it all sinks in.
I mean, they had an entire day bored waiting for this long in the parts to get a little bit
Well,
used
it's
to
going to
it.
take months to get used to it.
He does lean in, whisper closely. How well do you trust your memories of Gerhard?
Very.
So, he's definitely who he says he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
It's a stitch of dread.
Wait.
Who am I?
Ellen anyway will arrive at the top of the stairs, sprightly,
Definitely not hungover and drunk.
definitely not still drunk.
Oh, the boat
Hello,
bubbled.
I am back.
No, anyways,
I have had some of the most terrible days of my life.
you seem quite cheery about it.
I am, because they were also the most wonderful.
Oh, okay.
My heart has been touched. My soul so deeply.
Is this?
She'll look out.
Have you put a foot up on
Yeah.
Do you think this is sort of an elf thing? Like, because they live for so long, they just need extremes. So if it's been the worst, it's actually just like, hey, I can feel things again.
Maybe it is.
I'm
It's
listening.
actually-
It has not affected my ears.
Right, okay.
I am not an idiot.
Well, also, what's the answer?
No.
Oh, okay. So you have contact.
Unless you do not feel things.
No.
In which case it is an elf thing. I suspect it is an elf thing. It is sad for you all. It is what it is.
Lucas looks at his cup, which is now half empty, and contemplates taking more.
Lucas, help yourself. You've done well.
Thank you. Lucas has a badass eye patch with
he
a
does.
nice skull in it. It's the only new clothes he has. He's still wearing his bloody rags, if you remember. You
New
refused.
shoes. We got.
Oh, we got new shoes. New shoes. Polished as well.
Wait, Lucas is wearing bloody rags.
Yeah, from all the
wearing
wounds he's had, he's never changed his clothes. They're not quite rags. It's shirt. It's
Surely
never
they've been
properly.
washed.
They have been, but the bloodstains have never come
Yeah.
out. But they're underneath his coat.
Yeah.
He's such a happy chap as he looks at his wine. So, everyone seems to be gathering. Is there something important to?
Is everyone here?
Yes.
Is
I regret saying anything.
Yeah.
As he looks around.
As escorting a blind man.
Whoa. Okay. Right. This is new.
Is this a new
Both of
game?
This is new.
Don't worry about me.
Is that heavy?
Oh my goodness gracious me! You're a wizard. He says he didn't say Harry though.
I said
Oh,
that's why
my.
I was back. So
Congratulations!
yeah,
I say that we should all have a drink as a toast.
I shall have a drink.
Yes, second that.
There we go. As he pours for everyone.
Did I manage to get any of that ale?
No.
Cheers.
unfortunately, I don't think the colleges are too happy. But I have a license.
Why are they
Why are
not
the colleges
happy?
not happy?
What is the gossip
Oh
from
my
the colleges?
goodness.
Tell
As he
us.
sinks down, everything's going to go wrong. I can feel it already. Oh, glug.
Tell us your story, Elric. Do you want me to play a tune?
Maybe it might distract any potential listeners, although we're on the sea.
Exactly.
But he looks at Gerhardt.
He's got wise.
Don't play. You and your family. It's all kicking off now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, according to the colleges, there's an army gathering down south, led by your brother-in-law.
Oh, yes. Yes, no, I might have had a conversation with him. Yep, that's true.
Well, it's about to tear apart the colleges.
Is it? Right, okay.
Why?
Well, I'm only new,
Oh.
and I was out there as
Then
quickly as I
Lucas
could.
puts 2 and 2 together and reaches 78. Oh my
I've
god.
not had time to tell Lucas, have I? Yeah, no, fair enough.
The Emperor has summoned 40 bright wizards.
Right. Okay. Well, I think I should probably tell you then some other pieces of information. So I had to do something in order to survive the last couple of days, and I may have given my father, and more importantly, where's that I wrote down earlier? Xenakar Trot, who is technically now my father-in-law, and actually a bit of a shit, not a dick, a shit. He's a full shit. I don't like him at all, but he's very clever and extraordinarily frightening. I may have given him access to a dwarven clan for his war. Just a small one.
Well, most of them are.
Very nice.
Well, I guess the fact that
certainly
the
glad
college
none of
know
them
I
are
work
here.
for you is a very small matter in this then.
Say again, sorry?
Yeah, they know that you've hired me. They know that.
Well, I mean, I didn't. Am I paying you?
There's a contract. There's a
You
letter.
signed that almost 4 months ago.
Now I'm a full licensed wizard, so you're paying me more.
Right. Okay.
Well, your dad is paying me more.
Okay. Perfect.
Although everybody else has a bloody contract.
Oh, do you need a contract? We'll set up a
I do,
contract
mate.
for yourself as well.
Lucas, get on that.
Lucas,
I'm
run
sure
it
we
by
can do
me.
it tomorrow.
Okay. Good.
So the Emperor has called 40, but you're on the other side. Right.
Right.
But you're on the other side.
No.
Yes,
You
he is.
misconstrued.
No, well, technically I'm not on any side.
Well, you're
I've
working
left.
for a Jungfreud.
Although I've been told
Okay.
I'm once a bright wizard, always a bright wizard.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. But then when they asked me what I'd do if I was commanded to kill an ordinary citizen, they didn't like my answer.
What did you say?
I said it depends on the order and I'd need to understand it. I thought it was quite reasonable, but
Well, if you're in the service of an elected count, then surely you do whatever they say.
they're the ones who make the laws.
I do not understand humans. I never have.
There's a big fucking problem here.
Oh my god, he swore. This has never happened before.
Oh, Lucas is one
Lucas
before, I'm
is
sure.
Oh, I have never heard it. What is wrong, Lucas?
Well, if it's a known quantity and it's passed around the college, then all it will require is someone to pass that up to the elect account in question, the Emperor in this particular case, and a single order will take him away from you. Which means the only way that you're going to be able to keep him will be to get another elect account to ratify it, so to speak, so that he can't overclaim your claim, so to speak.
Well, we are on the way to try and meet an elect account's son.
Yes, but that's not the same as an elect. Oh, what?
There is going to be another elect account in Bogenhafen, though.
Yes.
There is.
What?
Yeah, the Duke of Middenland?
Yep.
Middenheim. Middenland.
Well done.
What, the one from Karabakh?
Yeah.
Wildhofen.
Why would he be in
Descendant of Magnus the
Bogenhafen?
To
Pious.
visit the Schaffenfest.
Or to meet with the southern lords?
Interestingly, I mean,
Oh my god, I hadn't even considered that. I feel like an idiot.
It's a civil war. I mean, you're looking at civil war.
interestingly, he had just parted company from the Grand Theogonist in Karabakh at the time.
Well, I spent a lovely day with...
I think I need another drink.
I spent a lovely day at the Imperial Barracks. Well, it was more the evening, actually.
Dressed like that?
Yes,
I bet you had a great time.
I did have a good time. I met a lot of fine fellows.
Could someone tell me what she's dressed like?
Yes, do, tell him.
Is this not a choice?
Street walker.
I just thought it was a look that you're going for.
No.
Are you?
I had to escape from my kin because they wished to kidnap me and take me north.
Sure, it would be elf napping.
Correct. Very good.
No. No.
Well, that's about 1 o'clock.
Nice.
Very good.
You're such a coward.
I hear something as if Elementalite is, I don't know, judging us.
I had to escape from my kin, and this was the only clothing which I could swap with someone who was around my size. I gave them my clothes, and I acquired this.
They must have been 2 feet shorter. That skirt is very short, Leopold.
And then I bought this coat from my taxi cab driver.
Nice.
I miss my coat.
We can also get you a new coat as well at some point.
Well, all I have is a towel.
Anyway,
Okay.
I met a colonel from
Right.
Ostland. He has recently returned to the Empire, and he knows this von Tassinant that we're going to meet. So I took the opportunity to find out from him what kind of man he was.
And what kind of man is he?
Well, he will certainly be receptive to your father's case.
Oh, this turned into civil war, isn't it?
Because von Raukov, the general, the Ostmarschall, I think, he is a fervent supporter of the Emperor, and they do not seem to get on. So, also there's probably going to be a massive attack of greenskins in the south because an invasion of Northmen left a massive power vacuum in which a huge warband has formed.
Oh yes, I heard about that in the Fennec Dreadfuls. There's a small,
Yes,
quite
well,
good
that is
one.
why the Ostlanders have returned. Contrary to their triumphant marches through the city, they failed. They failed utterly and completely to stop the greenskin threat. In fact, it is worse than when they started.
Oh,
I didn't tell him that because he seemed a useful ally, actually. He says that we should be careful when sending letters. You may know this already, but Holzkrug is in charge of the Black Chamber.
I don't understand any of those
And,
words.
and what he said,
That's not strictly true, as it turns out.
No.
The
We don't
Holzkrug family is one of the most influential families in the Reichland. And the Holzkrugs are a primary rival to the ruling imperial family in Altdorf. They were the emperors previous to the current line of emperors, and they were the princes of Altdorf before the time of Magnus the Pious. They believe they should still be, but Magnus the Pious replaced them.
Right.
and
Nowadays, he's a very important figure in diplomacy in the Reichland. He pretty much runs diplomatic efforts in the Reichland, and you have met him multiple times.
And if you send a letter, he's very likely, to anyone of import, he's very likely to read it. But the Colonel told me that in these circumstances, he would certainly be a good person to be acquainted with.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay.
Further, the Colonel had spoken with the Elector Count's son and confirmed exactly what I just said, that he is very much against.
I have an idea. It's just struck me. We go to Marienburg. just go.
Lucas.
Leave them to the silly war and
Well,
whatever else that they're worrying about.
Lucas, what's coming is not just going to
awful.
be contained within the empire.
I mean, you're all saying it as if it's going to happen.
I say
soon.
more wine then.
It will happen soon.
It's
Pours
already
into anyone
happening.
who'll
Did
take
you
it.
not look at the riots? It's full of mercenaries that've been hired by someone.
Yes, your brother-in-law is right down there with them.
That
yes, no, I met him.
explains that. Because I heard that a load of knights went charging into the peasantry and were driven back, and that seemed very unlikely.
By the God, knights drove into the peasantry. What is happening?
The peasantry are seated with mercenaries and
Yes.
led by Absalom Trot.
Okay, don't. You
Wait, what?
Oh, is that Absalom? I met him. Well, I mean, he didn't see me, but I saw him. I think
Very tall man, look like an egg.
No, no.
he was bald. Yes.
Yes, okay.
Big
yes.
guy, fat, scared everyone.
Yes, no, that's him. Very much so. I was this close to him in
Me
a
too.
conversation. Okay, good. Did
But
you?
he didn't see me.
Right, no, he saw me. We had a conversation. Actually, it was slightly unnerving. So I had a bit of a plan, and that was just to kind of turn everything up to a fever pitch. And it turns out he had the same plan. And I have to be honest, I feel quite bad now, knowing that that was the same thought process that he had, and ultimately it would lead to civil war. I just wanted to see what's happened. But the other
Is
thing
that
is,
why you wouldn't tell me?
well, yeah, no, Lucas, I told you. You asked me what
skimmed
for.
large parts of it, though. As it turns out.
Yes, plausible deniability in
God.
your case. The thing is I've been pondering on it, and I believe that this might actually be what whoever. Oh, number one, I don't believe the emperor is the emperor. Just as a standard thing there. Just to put that out there. Number two, I think that whatever it is that is currently doing whatever it is in place of the emperor, I think he is actually doing what I had planned to do, but the other way around.
So I have some information that may support this. I've been wondering over it. So do you remember when we met the Lord of Delbez, and he said that they were in uproar because it had passed through the Volkshalle and all of their proxies had been there.
Yes.
But when I spoke to the colonel, who was in the city and had spoken to people who were actually there, they said that is not true. It never passed through the full Volkshalle. It only passed through the Reichland Diet. Yet the Northern Lords believe they have been gazumped or usurped, but it didn't happen. Your families, which makes it even worse, by the way, your father is no longer one of the Reichland estates, but he is still, because it never passed through the Volkshalle, one of the prime estates.
Of the entire empire.
I have no idea what that means, but the colonel told me it was important, and so I brought it back to you all.
Excellent. I know
Good job.
exactly what that means, so that's very good.
What a relief.
I'd also imagine that
It was worth it all then.
the fact that this was passed was probably written down somewhere.
Did you get the Vauxhall get written down?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
they
yeah,
told.
yeah.
The word was spread amongst the Northern Lords that they had been, their powers had been usurped and they were outraged, but it never happened.
That would be very upsetting to certain people in the north. Well, that is
Exactly.
Did the Northern
they're
Lords-
angry people.
Did they? Well, I mean, they're going to be even more pissed now because ultimately
I think I'm more pissed.
Zenekar. Well, good, but Zenekar is going to put 2 and 2 together, get 4, and tell the Nordlanders, and
The
they'll.
Middenlanders,
No.
Middenheimers and the Nordlanders, all of them, I presume.
Well, I mean,
Unless I misunderstood
the
you.
Nordlanders. The gentleman that when
Yeah.
he was.
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
he was a Nexer, is who he's supposed to
Yes,
be.
exactly. So they will be surely in arms.
This is more than just here. This is everywhere.
Yes.
Yes, Ostland is
I
involved
think I might
because
go to
the
bed.
Emperor supports Talabekland and Talepine. That is why Ostland hate the Emperor so much and would be willing to support,
Well-
probably with some negotiation, your father and his...
The interesting piece is
Side.
they are very much doing that. They are funding it. They're the cash.
The von Ostlands.
Yes. So they are putting the cash in. The Trots are putting in the men. My father is somewhat involved, although I do feel like he's a bit of a patsy now because ultimately Zenekar is very
So
much.
they planned for your father to take a fall so they could get there?
I don't think so. I think it's the excuse that allows them to start it.
I see.
And well, my brother is useless. He's again a puppet. I'm pleased that they don't have another daughter, because Otherwise, I definitely wouldn't have come back here. They would. Well, I don't want to talk about it. Yes, but.
God.
Look at this.
I have a new eye patch.
And that.
I have a new sword.
Excellent. And
And your birth was foretold by one of the foremost seers of my people.
oh god, see now it's gone to the deep thing again.
I found that out. My nephew, he wrote it down, and it was almost word for word the same as the one we heard in the street. She foretold it about, I would say, a few hundred years ago.
The one that he told me when I met him was indeed bullshit.
It is not.
Bullshit in that it's not to be trusted.
Yes, but it was a prophecy foretold by one of the foremost seers of my people.
Yeah, you're being
who
very
told it to
selective there.
Yeah.
He said not to be trusted, but it doesn't matter if it was told by one of yours. If it's not to be trusted, it's not to be
It
trusted.
wasn't told by one of your seers, it was repeated by one of your
No,
seers.
she saw it.
Yeah, where? From who? Where did it come from?
What do you mean, where did it come from? The seers see the future.
Seers see what the
What do
Weaver of
they-
Fate wants them to see.
You don't know. You're not one. You're on the path of shadows. What do shadows see? Other shadows. Lies within lies.
When you do this,
Yes, because that's what fortune-telling magic is. They see the blue wind
Yeah.
and...
Fortune telling magic.
Careful,
yes.
you're transgressing
Oh, yeah.
into lore you don't know
Yeah,
very well.
yeah, that's true.
That's actually more Elric's province.
Yeah. Elric, what does the Blue College see? How do they see the future?
It's
Yes,
another
magic
exam.
man, tell us the magic stuff.
there's
Are you telling us that all of the blue wizards are corrupted by the Lord of Fate and not to be
I'm
trusted?
saying that all of the Blue Wizards are open to being corrupted, not that they have been.
Then how do you know that the seer was corrupted? How dare you cast aspersions on my kin?
Do you want me to answer? Or would you rather just be angry?
I'm not angry.
That is how humans convey anger, by raising their voice like you just did. So if you're going to raise your voice like that, humans are going to assume you're angry.
she's scowling.
You're scowling as well. That is what we do with our faces when we're angry.
I'm not angry.
We also shout when we're happy too.
Yeah, but not in
I'm
that
drunk.
tone.
No, that's true. And drunk.
I'm drunk.
But also not in that tone.
That's also true.
Will you tell me?
Unless
Tell
it's
me.
sports.
That particular prophecy. So, you heard it there. We heard it from a street preacher. I heard it from one of the inquisitors that took me into that coach. As soon as we got in, the door closed, we pulled away, and he said it. I heard it from someone at the Convocation of Saints. And I realised that that was why I had been brought there. I mean, how did they find me? How did they know that I would be exactly where we were at that precise moment?
Well, they followed you?
Why wouldn't they pick me up earlier? They were also
You had...
supposed to be at the Cathedral of Sigmar. That's where they'd been ordered to be, but they weren't. They were out picking me up. They had a warrant signed by the Grand Theogenist, who's not even in Altdorf and hasn't been for some time.
Are you saying that they are cultists?
I'm saying that they may be under the influence of someone who's corrupted. I don't believe their souls are corrupted. Interestingly, the convoluted route by which I was taking to the convocation was different from everyone else's and involved passing through a number of different holy places, holy to different gods. I believe as a form of purity test to ensure that at the time I thought to ensure that I hadn't fallen, but perhaps to show me that they hadn't fallen, but were perhaps being influenced when I realised later on that that was what was happening.
So I still don't understand. How does this lead you to the conclusion that the prophecy is false?
I was being manipulated to get there, to stand up and share that prophecy, to sway the convocation, to instigate a civil war, or rather to instigate the cult supporting a civil war.
They were going to support...
Well, they were debating what they should recommend.
It does make sense. The Emperor has just legalized mutants, which are...
Well, exactly. The people are calling for the cult of Sigmar to make a stand. Do we support the Emperor, or not. That's an impossible decision in terms of theological law. To go against the Emperor is heresy, but to support mutants being legal is also heresy. We're faced with an impossible choice. And before the big wigs within the cult make their decision, they called upon those of us who are blessed by the god to offer an advisory council on what we thought collectively. You're right about one thing. There is something interesting going on with those of us that are touched by the gods. There were far more of us there than I had expected. Many of them, it only came upon them within the last few months.
Someone's recruiting.
Or
I had a conversation about this yesterday, and I knew you would say something like that.
Makes sense. If the world is falling apart, as you keep mentioning, and I need more of you.
maybe that's actually a symptom. Leopold, I'm not the most faith-filled individual. I have actually recently sworn an oath to Verena. The
An oath to Verena or by Verena?
By Verena?
Verena, yes.
Yes. Well, technically two.
What is the oath?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you that in a minute.
Four would do.
Okay, either. Doesn't matter. So, and that's kind of been my most religious action in the past, I don't know, 10 years?
I've been leading you in regular prayers as we've been traveling together, brother. I hope you're not telling me that those have all been a sham.
What I mean is where I kind of have felt...
Perhaps I also need a
felt
contract as your confessor.
Maybe is it the first time you've meant it?
Yes.
That is exactly my concern.
Do you think that actually the reason why there are so many of you popping up is because the main source is gone? I don't know enough, but have this for a hypothesis.
No.
Imagine
No, I want to hear your hypothesis.
Well, like imagine that the entirety of faith is just this big globe of liquid.
I am imagining it.
Okay.
Yes.
And the big globe of liquid, and let's say it's Sigmar, or let's say, well, no, it's not Sigmar. It is Sigmar.
But there are more than one globe for each god.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
And
I have it.
he out or they, like the rest of them, trickle them down
Yes,
to
yes.
others. But Sigmar and all the others are broken, or something like that, and now more of their
Essence is leaking out.
yes. So
Yes,
that's
the
why there is
barriers
more of you.
between this world and the Aether are thinning. You're exactly right.
Or Sigmar turned the tap.
No, the
that
barriers
would
between
weaken
this
surely.
world and the Aether are thinning. That is what the end times are.
I don't know what that word is, but
I've read about
but
it.
that doesn't mean. No, I just don't know what that word is.
No, I'm asking Elric to explain. That is what this means.
I was totally listening.
But regardless, what you're saying is not the same as what he's
No,
saying.
it is.
No, I think
It is.
Well,
we
maybe
are,
I don't
we
know.
are aligned.
You seem to be suggesting that Sigmar wasn't there anymore.
No, he's not.
No.
He's suggesting that the barriers are thinning. The globe has broken. It is cracked. It is dripping.
The sieve has bigger holes in it.
There is more influences in the world,
Yes,
and they're more
It's
prevalent.
because the Dark Gods fight
Than we
to
know.
bring down the walls between reality and the chaos that is them. This is simple childish.
It's that anger again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Elric is
I have
a little bit.
I have been amongst my people. It does affect me.
He's bewildered and he's given the 1,000-yard stare.
Maybe it's the
And
one.
he's reality. We don't know what reality is, and we can't trust.
Another bottle.
Which is my point.
Excuse me.
Joseph, have you got anything stronger?
He's all the way at the back of the boat, and it's quite a long barge.
There is
Aye!
Have you got anything stronger?
No!
Fuck!
You have more.
Well, I mean, in Nepal we just have gates, but they're closed most of the time because of us. But you can just walk in to.
To the Aether.
What is that?
The Aether is where the
realm.
gods dwell.
Realm of the gods.
The realm of the gods. They all have their own realms in there.
I didn't know this word.
But it's not just.
And a
people
long
and
time
gods.
ago, the gods withdrew from the material realm. and a great barrier was created, for want of a better word, and the dark gods in the end were unhappy with this, and they tried to bring down that barrier. And
You would almost certainly phrase that barrier more as the vortex, because that's what caused the barrier.
my
You do
people.
know that bit. Yeah.
Well, I say the gods, I mean my people.
They're succeeding.
You have heard of the vortex. You must have heard of the vortex.
You have. You've got lore magic.
I have, and my people have as well. My family I've not talked much about, and I don't know much about them, but while I was away I've met a lot more of them, and some of them are a lot more knowledgeable than I, and the stuff that they've said. Yeah, we don't know.
I will draw you a diagram. Get out diagram. Dawes diagram of world. There are the gates and many.
Get the whiteboard.
I will just go downstairs.
PowerPoint presentation.
I will just go down. I will just.
Elves have whiteboard markers? Oh, I just got shocked.
Diagram of world. Gates at each end. And this is where your people came from. You came through the grates. You're not originally from this world. You know that. You came from a different world.
What? What?
Oh, can I borrow the pen?
Yes. You may.
And then you may well draw a nipple and go, but this part's separate because
You were here already.
we didn't want to like join the network, so we just have. But like that's a separate.
I'll
Next
do
they'll
my
be saying
bit and
there's
you
giant frogs somewhere.
I mean, we do have these creatures who have these nice little hats that look like leaves. And they have to keep water in them at all times, otherwise they dry out. They kind of look like frogs.
From a funny land.
I think this land's funny.
Yes, and so this got
think
worse and
she's playing
worse
a
and
joke on
worse,
us.
and it was like a tide overwhelming the world. And my people, there was a great war, and in the end, a great number of elven, what would you call them? You would call them wizards, but they were not, sacrificed themselves, and they still to this day maintain you would call them spells, that drain the magic from the world to protect the world from the dark gods' magic that you brought.
What's that got to do with everything else? Please tell me it doesn't.
It shows that their magic is failing.
Yeah, the vortex is weakening.
What?
So what it means, Lucas, is
He's right.
my big globe theory correct. So
Well, we have discussed before how you're actually brilliant.
no, I know.
Well, you've certainly discussed it.
Are you thinking of marriage?
What now?
Did you not say your father-in-law?
Well, no, through my brother. Oh no, hang on. Does that make him?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
I didn't appear to have
Alex,
discovered
you're in for a
weird.
reading.
Yeah.
I'm glad you corrected
I was
yourself.
Thank
thinking we could join our houses.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I actually laughed out loud.
Counsel against this, counsel against this.
Are you suggesting that we marry?
I suppose you would call it marriage.
Oh, well, look, I'm very flattered.
She is wearing a very nice dress.
Yeah, just how short is her dress?
Very.
You know what? I know.
But
I mean, I could officiate.
I will take you out for dinner first.
Schedules.
I'm thinking. I have won him over.
I haven't done a wedding for years.
that is very
I'm
true.
quite excited.
We have a priest.
I've got a fancy new cloak.
No.
I have nothing to
This is
wear.
going too far. Bertie has nothing to wear. That is and alas.
Yeah. You're
Yes.
welcome.
It is
No
hard.
worries. And she is my best man. I presume that exists. And obviously the best man should have a...
Shoes for a start.
Exactly. So, but if we could, it would... Yeah, you understand this.
As you've been discussing,
Right.
the barge
Breathe into this bread bag.
tilted slightly and is making its way over towards the south side of what is now the Reich. It's about 2 miles away from a large lit up area further ahead because it's getting relatively late in the day. Most barges would not be setting off at this time.
Alamanwith literally goes over to the side and is sick. I think
We all knew it was coming.
I think I am drunk.
Bet it smells nice. That elf vomit smells of like potpourri.
Awesome.
Interestingly, do yourself a perception check.
She vomits magic.
The barge is heading towards, as I say, all the lights, and it's clear it's about to make its way into a canal system over there. For anyone with lore of the Empire, you know what the canal is. The
That'd be an
Iceberg
easy
Canal.
check, right?
It's advantage.
5.
Smashing. Her vomit is laced full of gyrin. Someone has almost certainly now. When you were young, you referred to it as poisoning. What it actually meant was turning someone on massively with over saturation of gyrin into food, into drink. If you oversaturate, they drink it, they suddenly go, it's a really teenage thing to do. You used to do it to each other. It was a big joke amongst your family. She'd been poisoned.
Yeah. You lean to Gerhardt. Feel free to ignore any suggestions or anything that she makes.
Okay.
It's fine. She's not herself.
Right. Thank you.
I have a magic question actually. I think I'm being chased by a witch who might have something of mine.
Oh.
Right.
Alamanwith. This is my
Vomit
area.
on her chin.
Sorry. Excuse me. I just will. Should I have a swim?
No. We're moving quite quickly.
Oh.
We don't want to leave you behind.
You could dangle me?
Quite actually probably could do
How
that.
far down is
Here,
it?
just have a
Barge
handkerchief.
can't be that high.
Oh, that will be better.
Oh, you spoil all my fun.
Yes.
Tell me about your dilemma. I will help.
So the people
Yes, no, met them.
met them as well.
Is that going to become a thing? He says there were people.
Well, I don't know who they are, so.
Should you be doing the sign every time you say it, just in case there's someone around?
But there's nobody around now.
Oh.
But it's good to
Carry on,
form
sorry.
good habits, Mom. I mean, perhaps you could just call them the Mer people or something.
Sure.
No, the Mer people sounds like they come from the sea.
Still works. Because that would throw people right
Call
off.
them the sea people.
Sea people.
No, the sea people.
See people.
Or the C words.
As Lucas says that, Leopold will eerily turn and just look at the waves.
Oh.
God, I think I feel.
Don't worry,
sick now.
he's seeing.
I can't tell if he's looking at me or not.
Anyway, the sea people had this whole scheme. I don't know what they were doing with Gerhardt's doppelganger, but apparently they were like involved with keeping me alive, but not. I'm very confused, but
Sorry,
I think they followed me, and then my friend killed
Who are
one of them.
Who are the sea people? I was distracted for a moment,
You
thinking
remember-
about my youth, and who are the sea people?
I'm
You
in the right
remember-
focus.
You remember when we arrived in Altdorf?
No.
Okay, do you remember?
We went to the
What?
inn.
Oh, you mean 2 days ago?
Yes.
Yes.
And these two people approached us
Yes.
and did a secret sign.
Yes. Stop doing
The
this.
sign of the comb.
The comb-overs! Yeah. Well, they were involved with probably the fake Gerhardt body, and also involved with me and the people I love dying on the same night.
So there are not people from the sea.
No, that's
Oh.
a code name.
Oh, I thought you meant the Druchi were involved, and that would be bad.
No.
I have questions,
Bless
but
you.
we'll come back to them.
What are they?
Don't take her off a thread, please.
Or the
Learning new
Merfolk.
words.
Or the Selkies, or the Kelpies.
No, stop it!
No, it's just a
I need
code
more
name.
wine.
Just a code, right? C as in the letter C.
Yes.
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 And
Your language.
yeah, I met another person who'd been following them, and they think that the reason they're able to find me all the time, and maybe you as well, I don't know, is because they have a witch in their midst who has the ability to track us?
You weren't with us before, were you?
Do you think
Has this happened
do you think
before?
it is? Do you think it's Alana?
No.
No. I think it's the people that had temporarily captured Alana from whom.
Oh, those people.
Yeah. Remember they were divining in the intestines.
Yeah,
Can
no,
I
I
cast
do.
a little spell?
Yes, you can cast a little spell if you wish to do so.
Well drunk.
You have a license of magic, you're definitely drunk.
Thing with that
She
is-
takes out her license. I have a license.
Howard, not to be outdone.
Birdie pulls out her towel.
But yes, the reason why we had to leave so quickly is because I've been essentially kind of running away from them.
Did you know that you were running away from them?
Yeah, no, yes, of course, but
Okay.
they kept popping up, and people don't usually pop up.
She whispers under her breath,
Oh.
and gains the sixth sense talent, but the range is touch, so she's going to touch Yumi. Give it to Yumi.
You suddenly prickle across the back of your neck. You feel slightly sick. You feel like there's people looking at you. You feel in danger. You feel wrong. You can hear whispers at your ears.
How do
Whispers
you,
at your ears.
feel?
You do not feel good.
Not good. What did you do?
I gave you the sense of danger, so you can tell if you are being followed or watched or.
Hours gone. That's what you mean.
Yes, as you moved away from Altdorf.
Oh, that danger, yes. Whispers, danger, people watching.
That is interesting because I those two fellows that we met when we first turned up, that did the thing. I met them again. Well, I say met. They found me again, and I actually went through quite a very reasonable whorehouse called the Parted Skirts. I think I called it.
Yes,
yeah, the Parted Skirts. That my good friend used to frequent, and he had a secret passage out the back. Which obviously only
story.
Only we knew about. So it would be it would be unlikely that they would be able to actually follow me through that. But I step out into the alleyway. Lucas, you were there.
I was. Down. But
Yes,
you were
very
down
much
quicker.
so. I went down straight away. So they came in
the
and
warehouse.
wait.
Back passage.
After that,
Don't lose the story.
we're in the alleyway, and the two gentlemen turn up, right? So and they're like, "You owe us money, I think." Yes. And as he was saying, and he started talking to me, straight into his chest, crossbow bolt. And I was like, oh my god, and I threw myself to the floor. I said, Lucas, down. Lucas, you got down
I
eventually.
did get down a little bit slower.
And then the other guy, straight through the face, and he obviously died there and then in front of me. But they found me again. That was
When was this?
probably about 12, 13 hours ago.
So after I met them.
Cast.
You met
cast
them.
spell again.
Yes, very much so.
So I think
We'd hope so.
Cast spell. Alamenoway
crossbow
once more
bolts in the mind.
whispers.
it could have been.
Oh, a crit.
Hey,
Oh, interesting.
I have seen.
Falgul and brushes against.
I have seen.
In fact, she
lots of
whispers
dead
it in his
people
ear
recently.
because she's weird.
Okay, that's not a marriage thing.
Lingered too long.
Lingering just a little bit to the breath at your ear as you don't feel any different unless, of course, the whispering in your ear should cause difference.
She's getting very
As in
handsy.
her whispering or other whispering?
She
Oh, right,
she
okay.
just cast a spell and nothing
Whoa,
has occurred
good
from your side.
How do you feel?
A little personally space invaded, but apart from that, fine. I got a little bit of a buzz on. This is quite good wine.
I've
a
had
little
better
bit.
recently.
Yes, very much so. And so anyway, they got shot. Here's the fun thing.
I think they were in trouble because I ended up dead.
You ended up dead.
They thought I died, and then they were gonna go talk to their big boss about it and try and get their money. Big boss about it to try and get their money.
Oh. 2 and 2, it's just hit 4.
And then they said
Me?
Did you want? No, wait. Did you want me alive?
No, but maybe their big boss must have been the one he replaced.
I said it was a bad
Castellino.
idea to take the identity of someone you don't know.
You did.
I can assure you I haven't put a bounty out on you or anything like that. But here's the thing. Afterwards, after they were shot, and expired, obviously I looked around to see if the shooter... It wasn't you, was it?
What?
Did you shoot two
She
men
does
in an
not
alleyway?
have a
I do
crossbow.
not have a crossbow.
Well, I don't know. You might. You've been
that's
very
quite
angry
offensive
since
thing
we
to
got
suggest.
on the boat, and you carry a bow. So, ergo, it would be a crossbow.
Tremendous wordplay, my lord. I'm very happy with that.
I'm so proud, my lord.
But I am not angry. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. I just did it merely for the wordplay. It's fine. Don't worry. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't. I didn't think it would be, but just in case.
I would kill for you.
Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much. Would you?
I have bled for you, so we are bound now.
I think
Walk a mile for him.
I think most of us have killed for you.
Quite a bit,
That's true. That is true.
Yes, but not in cold blood, which is what I meant.
Speak for yourself.
Oh.
Right. Well, good to know, my lord. Good to know.
It's good to have
Chin
friends.
chin.
Here's the big thing. Both of those gentlemen, tattoos. Right?
What
Oh,
kind?
I'd forgotten about that.
Well, I'll tell you.
Please do.
So you see... Oh, this works. Hat off. See this purple? Or at least the colour of it, right? Oh, yes.
Nicely done.
Leopold, do you remember the colour purple?
I remember the colour.
Excellent. Ideal. Imagine that, but in a tattoo, but it's a hand.
Purple hat.
A purple hand,
Well, that's
yes.
interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Well, so the prophecy that, as I'm saying, is being spread around deliberately to kind of manipulate. Whenever it's repeated, there are slight variations in some of the words. In what the street performer and the Inquisitor both use the phrase stained hand, but one of the seers at the convocation said purple instead of stained.
A slip, perhaps.
No, that's just what he heard.
Oh.
But this is my point. That prophecy is not to be trusted.
If it was truly prophetic, then it would all be the same words, wouldn't it?
Well, it's more to the point of it's being manipulated. my lord.
Or,
It's-
Oh, what?
Or badly
The actual...
translated.
there is a
I mean,
reason.
my sister would be very angry if I told you this, but there is also the possibility that it was a prophecy that an elf saw, and my sister is using it to manipulate you.
Oh.
The elves do that.
Would your sister be likely to be manipulating the Empire into civil war?
Oh, it's entirely possible.
But I thought we were... I thought you well, I thought the whole... We were somewhat of a bulwark against the ruinous powers for you.
Yes?
Yeah. So if we're in the end times, is it in your sister's best interest for the Empire to fall apart? Because that's what's happening.
Well, it could be if the one at the top of the empire was, for example, a servant of the Dark Gods. Then
But
yes,
also, who's
she
to
would...
say her sister's not being manipulated as well?
Well, exactly. That's exactly my point. The point I was making about the Inquisitors and the circuitous route by which they took me to the convocation was those men had not fallen. Their souls remained pure. They were blessed by Sigmar. And yet, they were being influenced by the ruinous powers.
Doesn't
I mean, she
Sigmar
is
like
quite
take it back?
experienced.
Andy, just from a recollection, because I can't remember the exact thing, the library in Carriberg?
Carver.
What did it have? It was Light College, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Light College.
Cool. So Elric will see. It doesn't mean that someone's fallen, but it's probably my cousin. I don't know. There's a lot of us. Is part of the Light College library in Carriberg, and you probably don't know this. Maybe you do. You seem to know a lot, but basically, what's held in there is the definitive truth. When something is entered into the library, it is recorded as fact. She knows that stuff that has gone in there, that she has put in herself, has been altered.
Oh. So it's not magically truth, it is just whatever has been put into it.
The
is
example
taken
that she
out.
had, she
all
did a
of
census.
this, and Lupa will stand up, so somewhat prophetically. All of this
Okay. Somebody tell me about the boom?
is contingent. All of this.
How about the wine earlier?
All of this is subject to the capricious nature of magic, the influence of it. None of what you see with your senses is truly true. It's a reflection, a shadow, subject to influence, to ripples. There's a reason why all true oracles of the gods, have no eyes.
You've got no eyes.
Oh, Barge.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh my!
Okay.
No! I mean, I guess.
I looked at yours, Lucas. You can look at mine.
No!
No, come on, that's
This is just too
slightly
horrendous.
traumatic for him.
Birdie leans in closer and has a good look. Did they do it with a knife or
No.
a scoop or a...
Spoon, Loxley!
You'll like it.
Poor Lucas is sick over the edge.
You'll like it,
will go
Bernie.
and
It was
comfort him.
It was burnt out with cold fire by Sigmar himself, but the cold fire of the sacred flame in Midnight.
Oh, I'm a big fan of that. That's pretty good because you're very into the silver flame.
I'm protecting it
Awesome.
right now.
It's all right. Would you like
Does it
another
hurt?
drink?
I should like
Replace what
another.
you've lost.
Yes. I mean, it didn't happen. It doesn't hurt anymore.
We
but,
need
yeah.
another drink for
Yes, it
poor
does.
Lucas.
Well, but
Right,
It will
okay.
never stop.
not as much as it hurt at the moment.
That's fair.
There you go.
Impressive.
What?
Okay, so
Is there
Barge.
any elf lore about blind oracles?
And most of their oracles are quite the opposite, not blind. The
So not to be trusted.
humans definitely have sorted that one out. The barge makes its way into the canal system and immediately draws to a halt as Josef jumps out towards the side, ties itself up, and then goes off to speak to the lockkeeper so they can go through. It's normally not opened this late. Normally there's a queue to get into the canal system. He's got a big smug smile on his face, and perhaps that's because, looking at the width of his barge, ain't no one going to pass his barge. Once he's going that way, there is no going back, and anyone that comes up towards him is in trouble. He has got a wide barge.
I feel
Nothing wrong with that.
I feel like we skipped over the bit where I'm in danger. Still.
Yes, we did. I was just about to come back and say perhaps you should, just a question about how magic works. Say if I had something that I could cast upon myself to stop people tracking me. If I was to carry Yume, would that also affect her?
You're aware that if she is in your presence, as in within about 20 yards, she will not be tracked by any spells.
Yeah.
Talent! It's inside our talent list online.
I am less worried because
She's
you
on the
are
path of shadows,
with
can't be
me.
tracked.
I think they probably caught you all. I did leave messages for people not to leave the barge in my absence. My very presence extends a protective barrier around you all.
That's altogether too firm. She wouldn't firm
Yeah,
it
okay.
up, so she
It
would
masks
view
them with
it
a
far
barrier,
more
yeah.
personally. She cannot be seen by fate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those in her presence will not be either.
Yeah.
And that's why you're so important.
Yes. I cannot be seen by fate. What the godly voice said.
so
Yeah, thanks for that.
hang on. I'm sorry. You cannot be seen by fate.
Yes, it is why I have chosen this path to protect you.
Am I being seen by
Not
fate?
when you're with
Not
me.
when you're with her.
But when I'm not, can you?
Yes.
What?
He's not fate, he's Leopold.
No, I know.
By definition, everyone can be seen by fate.
I had to let you,
Hang on, is
I
fate-
had to leave you to let. Well, it's a dance. I'm dancing, and I had to dance it.
All right.
And now
I suppose.
Normally the dancing comes after the wedding ceremony, but we can do it this way
Nope,
around.
let's not bring that back up.
I had to make sure that the message that I got to find you was able to be passed on to me in the past, but to do that I had to leave a gap in the future.
Right. Okay.
It
Yep.
is a dance.
Nope. Understand it.
No, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what I did yesterday.
Wibbly wobbly.
And now I know that I'm protecting the right person.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Elric
Good
is
to know.
intently staring at Yume, trying to see if there's any winds around her or anything that could be used as a.
Can we disentangle
Locator.
the connection between...
That's what I was going
If it's
to
if it's
ask.
her item,
If it's a spell, you know that you probably won't see it.
But if it's a spell,
But if
As
it's a
long as she's
spell,
around me, they will lose the
you
trail.
might be able to dispel it. But if they recast it again, if they have the necessary ingredients, normally you'd need to probably have the ingredient to properly get rid of it.
Could he dispel it? Try and dispel something?
I mean, he could, but he can't see. He doesn't know it's there.
It'll most
It's-
likely just dispel your sixth sense on it, right?
Yeah, it would.
That's
Do you know
probably
what would
disappeared by now already.
And she'd be like, "Oh, I feel fine now." It must have worked.
I have a suggestion. We lure the witch in and we chop her head off. I think that will solve all the problems.
So I agree. I think don't.
What?
You would like my friend Franz.
Can I ask?
Big on beheading, is he?
He gave me this girl.
That's very nice. Good quality.
You may.
He must be a really good friend.
You may. What is it that makes you think it's a witch specifically?
Oh, that's just I met someone who's the same as me, but more. He's older, and and he said it was a witch.
I mean, witch is a loose term. Witch could just as easily be, I don't know, the magus of a cult, right?
But that's what she said. A witch.
Yeah, but what I mean is not just a lone witch that we could lure in and chop their head off.
Oh, I see.
I can chop the head off of Magus as well.
With what
There is-
weapons, Birdie?
Oh, I have my weapons, and thank you for reminding
They were
me.
in
She
a
starts
towel?
gearing up. I was
Okay.
carrying
She had a
them.
big bag.
Oh, I thought it was just a towel.
She was
Wearing the
like, she
towel,
was exactly
big
like
bundle of
Alvin,
stuff.
like random clothes, but all their weapons.
Yeah.
They know what's important in this
Yeah,
life.
it's the
So
PC way.
at that very mention, she goes, "Oh, good point." Starts tucking stuff away.
Talking about weapons, I guess it might be interesting to see how you see my weapon, because if it's too obvious, I don't really want to carry it around. And then she brings out a very ceremonial looking short sword from Nippon. She's like, "Is this too much?"
Right,
Our
so
scabbards.
wow. Wow.
Is it a single-bladed katana?
No, it's a daikatana.
A little baby one.
Yeah.
And
And its scabbard is exceedingly finely detailed, with trees mixed with dragons down its entire length. It doesn't just look expensive, it looks close to priceless as you can imagine.
Does it
And
meet my high standard?
It does.
We
Yes.
could wrap it
8
with
successes
May
and
I-
a lore arts.
may I help?
Do I know who made this?
Yes, someone
Okay.
from the pond. And that's why 8 successes gets back the other side of the world.
Yeah, fair enough.
May I?
come closer, and
Is it
then
magic?
she will
Well,
whisper
did
in.
you say it looks...
At the moment, it looks nothing.
She will whisper in Nipponese something that you don't understand before she opens it just a tiny little bit so they can see just a little bit of the blade.
It pulls open, and it's a deep dark brown with all manner of swirls, which might be age lines for wood, possibly, arcing across it. And the gyron sparks out of it immediately, flashing and swirling. But you realise that it's not gyron. It's all of the winds. Ooh. And you're only catching the gyron part of it because it's so strong and it's drowned out the rest of your vision. But you can see the gaps.
I would just
keep that one shut. But
shut for the moment.
What for you is stunning is the fact that you couldn't see that when it was shut. It suggests to you that there is probably some obsidian in there or something similar to try and bind it down its throat. That scabbard is, in and of itself, almost certainly as close to priceless as far as your orders is concerned. And that's not the sort of thing you should probably be, wafting about.
That blade is a beacon for any magic user anywhere near us.
I thought that might be the case.
Truly beautiful.
Nice. Thank you.
Your people must do fine works of art. I have not seen anything like this in this country.
Realm hiding his sword.
Realm.
Realm.
Yeah, don't really
In
have the
this
source of it.
realm.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah, you may, thank it. You don't understand. Thank it. And then close it and put it away. So if we wrap it the letter and I don't open it, it should be okay?
Oh, like that, it's totally fine. Like,
And you're surprised, it's fair to say.
Yeah.
There's a part of you that just wants to do this.
yeah.
I assume
He's crossed his arms. He doesn't want to grab a pot.
He wants to grab it.
What's going on with that?
I assume it's nice and sharp.
Yes.
Josef comes back and jumps on the front of the barge, says, "Sorry to disturb!" Passes by, and ropes have been lashed out to the front of the barge as the lock opens up. You're hearing it swirling in the background, and the barge gets pulled in.
So, does anyone have anything they have failed to mention that they think may be important?
Apparently in Araby, people float around on carpets. I learned that.
That's a
Interesting.
good fact.
Don't necessarily believe it.
Interesting, but perhaps not relevant to our current civil war dynamic.
So you don't want to know
if
about...
we need a new regiment of floating carpet.
Ideal. Very good. Yes.
I thought it was interesting, although I think he might have been yanking my chain. But yeah, I made a friend. Nice guy.
Who's your friend?
His name is Ricard.
Ricard.
Yeah, Guelma.
Oh, okay.
I've remembered a thing. My friend that I think you would like, he's moving to Nuln now because he should probably move. But he likes me, but doesn't necessarily value life all that much. And when he thought that I would die, he may have gone to seek revenge. And it turns out that it was the Altdorf First Regiment.
Imperial Guard, the Emperor's private regiment.
Attacked your family.
To attack my family, and
That's actually quite shocking.
like officer and soldiers, like.
Did your mother and father escape?
I'm not sure.
Oh, Yumi, I am so sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's been a few months. I didn't think I was going to find them, but I did. That place has not been dealt with properly. There were so many spirits and corrupted creatures.
In the place where your family fell?
Yeah, well, I mean, like...
If they found.
Altdorf in general.
300, we say?
300 died, you reckon?
Yeah, about 300 people died that night, like...
You are guessing, though, that's how many would have been in the embassy.
Yeah,
it's possible only half were killed.
If that's who was there.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
150.
It's very
But
bad.
Why? Why would the Emperor
I don't know.
order such a thing? Why would they...
This
It
is
goes
what I
back
think.
to what he said.
This is what I think. I don't think. And by the way, I've got like 2 more things that I need to add as well, because I think are important. Big one. You know Sergeant Plaster?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I remember him.
Yes, he's a good man, right?
Yes.
Yep. Dead.
No. Could I have that to us a little more gently? He was a nice guy.
No, I know.
Is this because of what we told him about you?
Yes, it's our fault.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Because he had my body, but not my body, and obviously knew about it. And it was better that nobody knew that we were the ones that gave it to him, as in nobody knew that I was still alive.
Wait, so you killed him?
No, I did not kill him.
The Trots?
The Trots killed him, yes. Or
Terrible way to
my father. Very good.
Oh, bloody hell.
That is terrible.
Yes. As we're sharing paperwork, I also managed to get this. Patent of Nobility. Mine. Which is useless because it says that I'm...
young for
Dead.
Yes, exactly. So,
But when you want
But it
to
proves it.
herald your presence again.
very true, yes, at that opportune moment. One more thing that I've completely forgotten. Oh, yes. I have, and I mentioned this earlier, made a promise by Verena that I will support the Trots and my father in their claim to overthrow the Emperor, who, and this is... Wait, because I know you're all going, oh, this is bad. I use specific wording. I said,
Oh, that'll be all right then.
the person who currently sits on the throne. Right? Well, the Emperor is infirmed. So the Emperor does not currently sit on the throne. However, they do think that is the case. I don't necessarily want to follow them. Oh, P.S. I'm remembering lots of things.
Yes.
I also have a letter that I need to give to my father from
Let's open it.
Zenekar.
Let's open it.
Well,
Let's open it right now. Let me do it. I'll do it for you.
Maybe when you're sober.
I still have delicate hands.
I don't know what this means or anything like that. It feels like there's something here with the murdering things and everything happening. I mean, it would be ideal for whoever is really doing the puppet stringing for Nippon to want to come and overthrow the Emperor as well. You just have to all you have to do is send a letter and go, or let various people slip through the net. They get back to another embassy. Hello, I was at the old embassy. The Emperor murdered 150 people, and then that word then goes back to Nippon. Nippon comes over. Let's have a war.
Also, there are fewer witnesses.
On that, you have a piece of fact that would support that. When you were passing across the Imperial Mile, what did you overhear them say? About uniforms?
Oh yeah, the mercenaries. The other night they decided to put on Altdorf uniforms.
Right, so they would be functioning as members of the Emperor's Guard when causing civil unrest within the city itself.
Also, many of the embassies have simply left, so there is less oversight in the city for direct gathering
Everybody's left
of
alone.
truth or Marienburg.
And as you are beavering away, the lock's left, and Josef takes you into the Weisbruck Canal system.
Just
widens out a little.
One last question. What is your friend called, the older one who's moved to Null?
Oh, but there's two of them. The one that Birdie would like is, I call him Franz, but who knows what his real name is. And then the other guy, he went by Yak. But he's a very nondescript guy. I don't know if you would even remember him.
We're making our way down. The sail fills up, and you're into the canal.
I do think that we're missing one thing. Where are all your clothes?
Yeah, you've been really quiet, Birdie.
Well, there's been a lot to catch up on, and politics is not my bag. I was just letting you guys do the pondering.
Fair enough.
It's all good. I'm warming up because the tail's not very warm. I had some stuff to do. But I did end up hanging out with the Knights Panther for a bit. That was quite good fun. But I had a question for those of you that follow heraldry more closely than I do. Because I'm from Mindenheim, as you know. The Knights Panther hang out there. But they've changed their heraldry. There's not a crown on it anymore. And it now makes me wonder whether that's actually significant, whereas previously I just thought it was a design choice.
2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
In the old house Pantera in Ubersreich, the shields that the Knights Panther wear there, and there is a small group of Knights Panther that work out of Ubersreich, and it is arguably one of the richest buildings in all of Ubersreich, for all it is relatively small. Wood panelling alone. None of them have got little crowns sitting above. You had heard of crowns sitting above, and you had heard that possibly some of the Knights Panther act as a personal guard to Boris Todbringer, the Elector Count up in Mindenheim, which is why they have the crown sitting above the Panther's head, because they are working directly for the crown. But you've only heard it. It sounds like nonsense to you, because why would the richest, most arguably not necessarily influential, but definitely richest knightly order in the Empire subject themselves to anyone? Ever.
Boris.
Todbringer, yes.
Yeah, he's. We've had a chat about him. He's pretty pro-emperor, isn't he? If I remember correctly.
No.
He's very not pro-emperor.
Pro himself.
Yeah.
He's very much pro himself. And Ulrican to his core, at least as far as you're concerned, as a Southern Reiklander. That's what he is.
Yeah.
And a constant self-voter, as is the entirety of the Midland line. If we go back to the time of Magnus, pretty much since Magnus, always we vote for ourselves, the cult of Ulrich votes for us, and everyone else be damned.
Right.
Before the time of Magnus, they were emperors, the wolf emperors of the north. They, in the time of 3 emperors, had far more holdings, but when everything collapsed after the time of 3 emperors into the Dark Ages, they were still, as far as they were concerned, emperors up in Middenheim. Yeah. Middenland, though, was largely taken from them, large chunks of it, when Magnus the Pious came along and literally gave it to his own family.
Yeah, okay.
Including, nowadays, the Elector Count, who's on his way to Schaffenfest down in the south, which is the direction you're going. The Elector Count of Middenland. Who is a Bildhofen, the same family as Magnus the Pious.
The thing you were saying about the Knights Panther guarding Todbringer,
Yes.
would Lower Middenheim be something that might know something about that?
You know that they don't just act as the bodyguard of the Elector Count. They are, their actual chapter house is right in by the palace. And they have, for at least the last 30 years, been directly responsible for guarding the bloodline that rules Middenheim. You heard other rumours that it's only been 5 years. You heard others that it's been 10, but most have said 30. Whether that's an attempting to add a legitimacy.
Because it was more, like that was, he was in Middenheim before then. So,
But it wasn't talked about.
No.
Yeah, it did no.
But if it happened while he was there, it would have been
Again,
news.
not talked about.
But
It would have been if it had happened then.
It wasn't talked about.
Yeah, which means it must be longer than that.
That sounds fair. I'll happy to conclude
but
that.
when you say their heraldry has changed, do you mean you saw a knight who had a crown and now he doesn't? Or the ones in this city, do not have crowns?
That's right.
And from what you are saying, they wouldn't have crowns. Only the ones in Middenheim would have crowns.
Yes, correct.
Thank you. That answers
But
my
what that
question.
does suggest is it's factionalizing again, right? Like within the
Separation of
Empire,
duties.
within the Colleges of Magic, within the Cult of Sigmar, within the Order of the Knights Panther. Factions, battle lines being drawn, turning on each other, sowing discord. This is all part of the same plot.
Rickard seemed quite
Well,
laid back,
it is-
actually.
Symptoms of the same
It is-
era.
Your friend,
My
your
friend.
new friend, Rickard.
Yeah, named after a hill in Altdorf, I think. Rickard Gwelnor?
Oh, Gwelner Hill.
Accurate. Rickard Gwellner.
Okay.
His second name's Rickard Gwellner. His
He was
first
quite
name,
drunk
just to
at
be
the
more
time.
annoying, is Rickard.
Richard Gwelner.
Correct.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so, yeah, no,
Do
no.
it.
Didn't seem like he was plotting anything.
That is what I'm trying to say. There is not just you cannot say it is all part of the same plot because there are so many people plotting. The elves plot to the dark gods plot, the cults plot. It is symptoms potentially of the same outcome, but you cannot say that the reason that the Knights Panther have factionalized is because of the same single intelligence behind one plot.
I can if that intelligence is one of the ruinous powers.
You can argue.
But then that is not a plot. That is just the ruinous powers plan.
Which also could be called
Perhaps
a
you're
plot.
right. Yeah, perhaps you're right to be
Oh,
this
we're
rusty,
back
but that is
into
literally what a
philosophy
plot is.
But that's like
With connotations
saying,
of something nefarious and
it's like
underhand.
saying the sea is this tide is part of the sea. I mean,
Tide is
I
part of the sea.
We're back to
exactly.
water
But
again.
I'm sure this is an elf thing.
I can't. My words fail me.
Going from what my cousin said, stuff that should be immutable, that should be defined as the truth, is changing. So something is affecting everybody, whether we know it or not. Could be ourselves.
The end time.
And on that, I'd like you all to roll 1d10 now that we're outside the influence of Altdorf.
Ooh.
Tell me what you rolled.
7.
One.
One, yeah.
7.
7.
6.
5.
Good.
No 8s.
Oh, Lucas.
And can I have from everyone as well one endurance test?
Yeah.
Yep. 1 success.
8 successes.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
6 successes and a crit.
Oh, okay, good to note.
2 failures.
Well done.
Andy.
You fumble? 88. Come on, say 88.
I've spent a fate point.
Your fortune point.
Fortune point, spent a
And just
fortune
before we
point.
do that, all fortune points spent in our
Yeah.
between adventure are spent at the beginning of this one. So if you spent them all, you have no fortune.
It's okay, I've still got some left. I spent it.
Now you used them all and got 2 corruption during your downtime bit.
I had 2 left. I used the corruption
Because you're you. Of course, no, it's okay.
because I didn't have the priest.
I remember.
Yeah.
I retract that one.
That's Leopold's voice, I'm sure.
88, Andy.
Marvelous, and that was on the reroll.
That's on the reroll.
Nice.
Is that our first 88
Yeah.
on the stream?
That hasn't been rerolled.
First 88 live on the stream.
First 88. Now,
I can't believe I'm
The barge explodes.
You could take a corruption.
Only if the GM offers it.
True.
and he does not.
Yeah, way funny.
So 88s in our particular game are perhaps a terrible thing. 8 being the 8-pointed star of chaos, and whenever 8s come up in our game, they tend to represent something, particularly on the old 88 fumble. You die! No, not at all. As you're sitting on the barge, as it's making its way along the Weisbrook Canal, and in the sky, Mansleep is rising. It's getting darker, and above you, you can see the stars, the constellations spilling out. It's Elric that sees it first. You're debating now what has become finer and finer points, because you've realised it's all quite beyond you, and the only thing you can really do is debate, because what can you actually do to affect change until you have something that you can actually grasp with? And currently,
We could pray.
you're on a barge. No one wants to pray with Father Leopold.
I will pray loudly enough for all.
The wine is flowing free, and it's fair to say that some of the points that you're making are perhaps less sensible than they used to be. At least 2 of you have been sick so far. It's going oh so well. And you spot it first. Quite literal, capital C, change. His scar is gone. Just gone. Just gone. And you didn't see it go? It's just not there anymore.
He will grab Gerhardt by the head.
Oh, hello.
Your scar.
What about it?
Stab him.
Are they, are they kissing?
No.
It's gone.
What?
Your scar. Your wound is gone.
Wrong eye.
Well, that would
It's the
make
same on
sense.
that side too.
Right.
I've burnt my life for nothing.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, that's
Oh
good.
my god.
No, it's not good.
Oh my god.
We've just talked and debated back and forth for hours. I'm presuming,
absolutely.
about external influences and ruinous powers changing what we know to be real. You have just been changed.
This
He seems still to be real.
Father,
Alan Menowite is literally like the colour, whatever little colour she had, is drained from her face, and she's just muttering, like almost incoherently, like, oh no. And that's her.
But,
Yume will like hug you maybe.
She'll just start sobbing. like heart-wrenchingly, like, you know, when someone's just like, that's what she does.
I don't understand. Why is this a bad thing? This is a good thing. I'm no longer scarred.
Father, please.
Scars don't just spontaneously disappear, do they, my lord?
I mean, forgive me, but sometimes they do, right? Over time. And also,
Over time, my lord, not over the span of one conversation.
But-
Unless perhaps it was a conversation between elves.
I've seen people heal magic.
During this conversation, have you?
No, did you do anything?
And
No, my
while
lord, that
she's-
is precisely the point.
While she's sobbing, I'm really sorry, Ed. I'm really sorry. But is your sword, like, still on you?
Oh
It's
no.
in my bag, probably like wrapped away.
And she'll literally try and, like, sneak sleight of hand to grab it. And
Go for it! You can do a perception check!
Don't ruin my new clothes.
Does he look the same to Loophole?
Don't worry about those.
Yeah, there's no difference between the two.
And you're done.
one success.
Only one.
I have 5.
You can easily dodge out of the way if you wish to do so.
Yeah, I'm an wife.
It's a dodge test, though. She's going for it. In your case, I'm going to go for. Let's go for weapon melee because you're actually going for the sword itself. So that's weapon basic. Pardon me, melee basic.
One success.
0 failures. It's just.
She got her hand on it. Oh, unexpected. But you know she's getting her hand on it. It wasn't quite as.
Dodge?
Yeah, but it's plus 20.
Yeah.
Oh no,
it's
6 successes.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she didn't get her hand on it. She lunges, tears flowing from her cheeks over towards you. You dance backwards. What on earth is she doing?
Then she'll just spin round and literally take her own dagger out and try to grab him by the throat and slice him across the face.
Right, so many things at once. Melee brawling, melee basic. And what are you doing?
This.
Yeah, that seems fair.
What is...
That's one way to get
I'm going to re-roll. No, I can't. I don't have fortune.
You've got no fortune points. You can't. So what did you get?
My melee brawl 69. I had 72.
So minus 1.
3 successes.
So that's 1 fails. You got 3 successes. Can I also have a dodge test from you just because you might not do as well as old Birdie there?
A crit.
Oh wow, yeah. You're like right round her like she's nothing, and the blade goes flop straight up your eye.
What is it Eric usually says at this point?
Blood splatters. Ow! Ah!
Please tell me it's the wrong side.
Yeah.
Let me just take this moment to say this is how an artist who's making PC pieces of art immediately goes, yes, because I don't even go, woo! While simultaneously going, bullshit with your fucking eyes. Anyway,
Just put a cloth.
Stand behind me, Gerhardt.
bloody draw that again.
I'm saving the world. You should.
Wrong eye.
Did you not listen to anything
Blood.
I said?
And you
He
think
has to have a scar.
I don't,
We are all lost.
This
could
is
have asked.
needed.
But he wouldn't have said yes.
That would have been much better. We could have got some ice.
we could have done it medically?
Well, it is done now.
I've got blood on my shirt.
Oh no.
On your nice new coat. Oh, there's blood all the way down it. Oh my god, there's blood all over it.
Cold water
Okay.
and salt will get that out. You'll be alright.
Right.
Just tie it on a string and let it float.
Ow! Ow!
It's
I
pooling in
my
my eye.
towel.
It's pooling in my eye. I can't see.
Yeah, take
Thank
my
you.
towel. Honestly.
What are you doing?
So irresponsible. What if you missed and got his jugular?
I would not have missed.
Huh. Given how pissed you are?
I might have
Sure.
moved.
Oh, I don't think so. I'm quicker than you.
Also,
Well.
my sword is off limits. You will anger the spirit within it.
I wasn't really going to take it. It was just a distraction.
You have been warned. The spirit will be mad at me and you.
I'm
Bad.
sorry, you mate.
Oh, you're sorry to her?
She's like really sorry. She actually like bows to you, mate. Says, I have made a grave error. I will think on my sins.
That was very patronising, that bow. But people, the bigger issue is we have just witnessed for our own eyes what we have talked about. What? Again, sorry.
It's all right. It's gonna happen.
Do you not think?
Well, did you see any?
Well, I saw no difference. He's still himself. He's still
Okay.
him.
What do I look like?
I mean, Gerhardt shape.
Just a shape.
Well,
Do you
You
tell
can't
us
see him.
apart?
yeah.
You literally can't see. Your
I'm
sight
sorry.
is black, but you're aware of it.
Yeah.
It's slightly different.
I am sorry, Gerhardt. I may have acted hastily.
I'm sure it's
Endurance test, please.
some sort of elf thing. It's okay, I suppose.
I've got advantage because I passed my last test.
No, you don't have advantage.
I failed.
She's sick.
Oh, yeah.
Could somebody just help?
Yes.
Yes.
What are you gonna
So, Gerhardt gets himself
Go,
patched
get
up,
your sword
wine
back.
flows free, things are considered, and the barge makes its way down the Weisburg. 2 days later. There has been some significant discussion over that time, but it is largely going in circles now. The father stating one position, the wizard stating another. Yumi Gerhardt, Birdie, Alamenowythe, all with slightly different positions ranging from the who cares to the oh my god, the entire world's going to end. They
Ben
are all...
isn't talking to Alamenowythe.
Seems fair.
Oh.
After 2 days, the barge reaches the end of the Weisbruck Canal. There have been several stops along the way as it goes up and down through locks as it makes its way down. A few times, a barge comes up almost half the width of Josef's. And he just goes, "Back!" and just says that repeatedly until they give up. He just doesn't stop. "Back!" Raises his bottle of wine, making it clear he's drunk. He's not backing down. They swear at him. They mention his big fat fucking barge more than once. He just doesn't care. He just sits there at the back of his barge. Back! There is the equivalent of passing places. They happen about once every mile or so. He never stops.
Nice.
He never goes backwards. His barge is too big in comparison to everybody else's. He just keeps on going through. At the other end of the Weisbruck Canal, there is a sprawling... it's unfair to call it town because it, in the Reichland, doesn't have 2 temples of Sigmar. It's only got a single temple of Sigmar, which means it is officially a village. But it's a pretty big village and it's expanding fast. There's construction happening all around the north where the canal itself is passing through. And he comes out the other side. It's late in the day when you arrive here and pulls into the long jetties and pier system that's at the side of Weisbruck. The town itself. Village, town, depending on how you want to define it. As you're making your way in, Birdie is still a bit folded-armed, upset. Alamenowythe is looking sort of contrite, but she's an elf, so never really quite as contrite as they should. The pride on the face. And now that you're arriving, the scarves are back up. You're no longer amongst friends. Maybe ever again.
Just working dances.
By this point, it just hurts like a bastard. It had to be sewn. Oh, it had to be sewn. You're going to have a scar, and
Really sorry.
the worst thing is, if anything, this one's deeper than the last one,
Okay.
and it really, really, really itches now.
Just missed his eye.
And
I mean, obviously, I know Leopold doesn't know,
Yes.
but for the benefit of everyone else, like, how similar is the scar inside?
exact.
Okay, that's very fortunate.
You got to break the ground.
Doesn't have to draw it.
Yeah.
Bullshit elves.
Yeah.
I am not drawing that
that's
again,
fine. Yeah.
blindfold boy.
Alec might get a haircut. I think we should all bonding.
Radically, radical haircut.
Tattoos on the face.
I'm thinking of
Could have got them.
Oh, arm! Beautiful.
It's the humidity
Perception
in Bogenhafen.
tests from everyone, please,
Perception.
except for you. Blindfold boys.
So much for your bullshit. You can still effectively see as normal without any penalty.
Effectively.
Advantage?
See, yeah, we're
One success.
making our way in. Yes, it's not something I could hear. And no, this is not something you could hear.
One
Is
crit.
it something I...
Oh, it's a crit!
Nice.
Then I'm going to throw it out to you first, because I was going to loosely have who got the best success and then add 1 success for each extra one on the assist side, using our assisting rules. So the crit, which means Gerhardt gets to have the see it first.
Eyes on the situation.
As it's coming in, perhaps you're a little bit too caught up in what you're doing to catch it first, but over there on the jetty, you see someone you recognise. Wearing dull black leather armour. Actually, I'm not sure you saw him.
That fella.
Yeah, that fella. I think
The
others
man
saw
in
him.
black.
And you were.
Yeah, no, didn't see him.
You didn't see
Never
him,
seen him.
indeed.
We did
so,
describe them to
So a
you.
mysterious
Yeah,
figure.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's just
so
like
I'm
that.
quite happy for you to see the mysterious figure, but you critted. I mean, it's cool for you to put 2 and 2 together and ask.
Right, okay. Fair
Quite.
enough.
So you spot him. He's quite clearly trying to skulk, but he's looking right over your boat.
Okay. Just a quick one. You know, you mentioned that sort of fellow in black leathers
Yeah.
running Altdorf.
that was involved with those other guys.
Yeah, no worries. What did he look like? Just describe him very quickly for me.
Stocky, dark hair, black leathers, dull, not reflective. Didn't see him for that long.
That's what he said.
Right, okay, yeah. No, he's there. He's over there. You see him?
Get down. Kind of. Push him below the gun.
You may go down.
You're down too. So who did see him last time? It was you, and it was you. Marvellous.
And you
as
make
well.
sure she's on the
Perfect.
shoulders.
Oh yeah, of course. Up on the shoulders. That's definitely him. No doubt about it. He looks over, doesn't appear to care. It's quite clear that he thinks he's probably been seen. He's now standing up straight, and he makes his way back from the jetty up towards an inn and passes into the inn.
Great, that's all
As
we need.
The barge comes in. To the other side is the River Bogen, and here it's relatively wide, far wider obviously than the canal you've just been making your way down. It's a good 150 yards across, a big swell of water. Josef makes a few prayers to Bogenhafen, as he refers to it, apparently some sort of local deity, gets a bottle of wine, pours a bit more, as he pulls the barge in. And we will stop there for a break as we move past all of our various discussions about what happened and move into what happens with this man in black as they try to figure out what's going to go down in Weisbruck. Also, a lad. I'm about to try and find a button I've never used before because I'm doing this myself, so there may be a while before the credits actually begin. In fact, while I'm here, a little warning that our very first ad is from World Anvil, super marvellous people, and it's loud! Welcome back! If everything's working correctly, you should be looking at me and not everybody, because I totally know how these buttons work. Our glorious heroes have just arrived in the fair village/town of Weisbruck, and they have spotted somebody that they don't exactly know, but they are aware had been at least beside them, sort of watching over them perhaps, but definitely somehow involved with the two... What did you refer to them? The C-word people? However they wish to refer to them.
Come over.
See now.
And they're at the position now of deciding what are they going to do next. So we are in Weisbruck, my glorious heroes. What are you going to do next?
Yume, could this man that we've seen be part of the people tracking you?
Yeah, the person who told me about the witch reckoned there was about 7 people out and about, of which 3 are dead, 4, plus whoever controls them. Mm-hmm.
Just check.
7 plus.
7 plus, yes.
Yep. Lucas says, well, I have no desire to have anything to do with this at all. I think I should retire to my bunk.
Oh,
Unless I'm required.
No, take the
It's
afternoon.
late in the day,
Yes.
he says. And I really have no idea what I could possibly do with a man in black, he says. It's ridiculous. Probably got a big hat or something. He goes down.
Would you like a big hat?
No. I've got a patch. And he goes. So what are we doing as you're gathering at the front of the boat looking somewhat suspicious at the doorway that he's already gone through? This is clearly a riverside inn, and folk are going in and out of here.
Is it just the inn? That's the only building?
Oh, no. There's buildings all over the place.
Town.
It's just he's gone into the riverside inn.
Okay, fine.
Time of day?
We're moving into early evening.
Alameno, I think we should go around the back.
What do you want to do? Some of us in the front, some of us in the back, sort of.
Just in case he's gonna walk through and try and leave from the other side.
We
Look for like a cellar as well, because he might go down the cellar then back up out again.
So you two are hopping off the barge. There's just a single, somewhat rickety jetty that moves out into the water that you hop onto, creak, as you make your way over. What's everyone else doing? You splitting up, going around either side? It's a little bit difficult. The building's attached on one side, so they need to go round there. You're faster if you want to go round that way. But if you want to go together, you can go that way.
You can go ahead if you want.
Yeah, we'll split, and I'll go.
Just split. You'll go the longer
more
way.
quicker,
You'll go the
yeah.
shorter way. Okay, so you go round to the left of the building. You're going round to the right. What's everyone else
forgive
doing
me?
as they split up?
Okay.
I guess that means we're going in the front.
Yes, quite right. Who? You're both quite intimidating now.
I'm a poor, helpless, blind priest.
It sort of doesn't really work with the whole like scarring thing going on. And
You can't see most of them.
they're sort of
apparently.
shiny.
Joseph tells me.
You can see a lot of it. Yeah.
But I can stretch me blindfolded.
No, that's worse.
Always being kind. He said, try at least. We're going to be here till tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Joseph, just on the off chance, if we had to cast nets now or very shortly, is that possible?
Well, of course.
Just in case.
Bloody trouble you lot. He says,
Good question.
why don't you just come down and have some wine? Are we heading in?
Yes.
So sticking close to Gerhardt and really regretting the fact that I don't have any shoes yet and my feet really hurt.
Birdie, I'd give you mine, but they frown upon sharing the uniform, as Elric grudgingly puts his boots back on.
But can't suppress a smile.
No. He's actually
He's
grimacing
genuinely-
because he's putting on boots.
because he hates his
I
boots.
suspect they'd be a bit small for her.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he's got dainty feet. Surprising.
Well,
He's been looking.
when we can, we'll get you sorted with a decent setup. Probably.
Yeah.
Right, so you're both making your way around. And by this point, you've reached round towards the back. You can see there's a tall fence that moves it doesn't move, it extends. That'd be better, for about 30 yards. And you presume there'll be a gate in it somewhere, maybe around the corner. Some sort of backyard. Maybe they've got vegetables, maybe they grow their own, maybe they've got some sort of brewing apparatus back there. You can't be certain. It doesn't appear to be any, but you're pretty short. You can't quite see over the tall fence. So do you want to continue going around that way?
Yeah, but
Or climb brains?
before I do, I think I will disappear.
You ain't seen me,
Yes.
right? And of course, Renald skipped down between the trees, spotted the fence, and jumped over so he could get the chickens for himself. It's a child's tale at the back of the Riddle's 10. The entire thing's spilled through with little tricks that Renald played as different animals. And you're in to get the chickens. It's enough to cause a fox to come swimming up. Your fox comes up from nowhere, just off to the side. You turn round and he's there, and he hops in beside you. He likes the idea of playing fox. Did you pass?
I did not pass.
Ears collapse. Looks at you with abject disappointment registering on its face. Meanwhile, round your side, you skip off down that way immediately. You, what were we wearing? just to confirm, what are we wearing?
A dress and a coat. I don't think she had spare clothes.
No, she didn't. That's why I was just double checking that you are effectively dressed as someone who may be
Well, I'll blend
perceived
in.
as.
I'll blend in.
You certainly will. As you skip off down that way.
Could she button the long coat up?
Oh, she could certainly pull it together. It's got a tie. It's sadly not got any buttons on it. It was not a great coat. More of a
What is a
great coat.
Trench coat.
Skip. Around there, can you do yourself? Are you intending to be fast, stealthy? What's your plan?
Stealthy.
What's your plan of attack?
Fast but stealthy.
Okay, so you're going to sort of.
All of the
Elf
above, please.
bullshit.
Okay, so you're going to elf bullshit your way around that. Love it. Can I please have myself an elf bullshit roll, more commonly known as stealth?
Oh, ouch.
Well, it seems that you're all doing well.
I failed. Oh, I reverse failed. Oh, excellent.
Elf bullshit.
5 successes.
Superb! Of course she does. As she skips forward and you're all watching as the pair of them disappear off down different corners. You go around
Sorry,
there,
6.
around a building, find yourself in a small alley, move around a barrel, down past some rats, around the corner there, and you can see a large arching gate in what you presume is the back gate for the inn. You're in a position that you could probably just stop
And hide.
and hide, yeah.
I shall.
What's everyone else doing? We never resolved that.
Yeah, we should probably have some kind of, an order we're going to go in. I would suggest that sending me in first
Okay.
will bring all eyes to, well, it's all eyes to me no matter when I go in, but it's probably our father first.
I could switch to my towel.
Again,
That would do it.
no.
No, it probably would. Well,
It's
I
covered
don't
in blood
know.
now, but that could only enhance
Do
it.
you think your new vision will?
Yeah, I mean, it might be easier if I were led as if I had no, if I were fully blind.
Take my arm,
when you are.
Father.
I mean, make sure you get it right. You
Yeah.
can't see. It feels black to you.
Yeah,
But
but
you.
I know where stuff is.
It's but it's a completely different sense.
Yeah, but what I mean is he won't look.
Yeah.
blind.
No, I know. I was
Yeah.
agreeing with you. I was just making
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like vision to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So
But
when
it
you
will-
describe
but-
how you feel,
But it looks like vision to others. is
Yeah,
the point Luke was
absolutely.
making.
Yeah,
it will
completely.
look
Yeah.
like he can see where he's going.
yeah.
But you still don't look at me.
No.
No.
Often he'll be looking around.
So he thinks it looks like he looks where he's going, but it actually doesn't.
That's actually quite accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Would you like
so
to-
circular.
Yeah. Unless the Magister and I were going together, that might draw all attention because that's a
And then we
strange.
could slip.
I'm going to don my new cloak. I bought a new cloak for clandestine.
Oh, you
things.
covered the blood. Good.
Yes, that as well.
Oh no, we rinsed that out. Cold water and salt. Oh,
Done.
good.
Cloak on.
You mean
put that.
what are you doing?
I'll just pout and walk across, like along the fence, and then
You make your way around, feeling just. Says the fox as you make your way around the corner, long back fence. You're gonna have to go further if you want to see the gate. Apparently, you're in a back set of alleys. It's quite dirty and filthy back here. Not a place where most people go. There's a dog over there snuffling around in some rubbish, and you can hear pigs on the inside of the. Yep, you can hear pigs on the inside of the inn, on the other side of the fence. At this point, you see that the gate is moving slightly in the slight wind. It's not shut. So who is going in? You appear to have done a lot of dithering on the outside, but we haven't actually reached a point of going in.
Those two.
We've just said
So
that.
those two, just making sure. So you're stomping
I
up?
thought we said Bernie in the
That's
father.
exactly what I thought.
Birdie and the father,
Yeah.
me third, you
Go.
fourth.
Sounds good. So you two are going in first, and you're providing some sort of
Stick to my left side so my right hand's free.
nice one. As
You point me in the right direction.
No, that's my elbow.
For visuals, for Elric's own visuals, you're walking around like you're blind, and you've got a big fuck off hammer, like around or somewhere slung on you.
It's a holy symbol.
Okay.
Yeah. And a shield on his back.
hammer. I mean, so that terrible joke. And you make your way up. As you get closer, people part because not only are you relatively striking individuals, you also bloody enormous. Everyone around is almost a full head shorter than both of you. You can see the words black gold written in a half circle above it, and a chunk of what looks like coal,
I'll whisper.
and another chunk of coal, and another chunk of coal. Someone opens the door on your behalf, tips the hat. Whoa. You can go, you need me. He says.
Come on, Father. I've got you.
On the inside, down 2 stairs, a nice wide area, a big drinking hall, a bar over on one side that is an actual fully in place bar. It's not just a pile of planks like you were used to as you were making your way across the south of Middenland, and a variety of bottles sitting at the back, all stacked up. Wine bottles at the side in a large rack. Clearly they're used to getting relatively rich merchants passing through here, and they've got the necessary alcohols to match. Someone looks happy. Are we finding a chair to try and espy your fellow from?
Yeah. I cursory glance around the room to see if I can see him.
You do not see him as you have your cursory glance. He may be in a back room or a side room, one of the nooks or in one of the many small cubby holes at the side.
Try and choose somewhere with a reasonable view because we can always have
Relatively
to stroll.
central, one of the open plate
Yeah.
tables. That makes sense. As you two are making your way up as well, yes?
Part of our purpose is to draw eyes. But
Yeah, and 100% successful. A lot are turning around. No music being played. What a shame. They don't appear to have any local minstrel or bullshit elf. There's no one who happens to be thrumming away at some sort of air, leaving it to just the hubbub of the general conversation that's in there. it stops a little when you come in. You are enormously striking. People are going to turn to see that, but there's not actually that much to see. They get bored pretty quickly and return back to whatever it is that they're discussing. Meanwhile, at the back, you skip around and, you just seen the gate. You can see that it's open. It's ajar, not a gate. It's ajar by about so much, so it's sort of moving slightly on its hinge. A slight squeaky sound. You do not see Alan away. Unless, of course, you pass. How many successes in a perception test?
6.
Yeah, good luck.
Nope.
Nope. Alan anyways in her tiny skirt and long coat.
Just a
Not to
question
be seen.
Favoured by Ronald.
is it like muddy?
Yes, it is.
So the door is open, the gate is open, so the person might already have left.
Yes, the person
Yeah.
may already have left.
Can I have a look and see if there's any like boots
Absolutely.
like
Do
the
yourself
guy
a track
with,
test,
like he
please.
was wearing?
Oh, she just melded out of an alley over there.
Oh, a crit!
Ooh! Nice one. I'll get to that in a moment. Can I get how many successes you get in total? So roll again. You've got one so far, as I can tell. You two arrived.
Oh.
Who's going in first? Was it you?
A second crit.
No, I think
You get a roll again. Boom! Boom! Boom!
7.
So that's a total of 7 plus, so and a double crit.
A double crit.
Christ, and a boom bike. Right, so yes.
Elric will go in last.
He has
Saying Gerhard first, and he'll extinguish his staff. Just trying to be as inconspicuous. Yeah. Oh no, you can take the braziers off. He hasn't, but he can.
So Gerhard, you're in first. Is that correct?
From the two of us? Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, so you pop in. You can see that Birdie and Leopold have taken up a relatively central place. I presume one of you is going to go and buy a drink of some sort.
Yeah.
Order some food as well, possibly. Wander up to the bar. Leave the father behind, who's obviously blind, can't see a thing. Life is good.
Wander up the long way. Keeping away.
Give yourself a good look around. You can also do yourself a perception test. As you arrive, now is your plan to go over where they are or to go somewhere else?
It's probably good to do the old, hey, we don't know those people sort of thing, even though we can all walk in after one and the other. What do you think?
I think that's far beyond Elric's guile. I think he would just assume that we just all go in.
I like the idea.
No worries.
You wandering through, walking right past them, certainly don't know those people, as Elric then sits down.
Okay.
This is why we planned.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll continue on to the bar area though.
Okay, marvellous. Birdie's already up there.
Right,
You roll.
excellent.
81.
Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. So you've not spotted anything as you arrive up at the bar. Birdie's sitting there waiting for service. Just before you do that, on the
I
outside...
see that he bought his boots last Angus Stag and Luigi and Salvatore. No.
No, you do not. And nor did he buy them in Luigi and Salvatore. Quite the opposite. Astonishingly, you know where those boots were bought.
Oh.
What?
Where?
It's the particular tacking at the bottom. Many of the workmen that you were, let's say, aware of when you were in Null had the same tackety boots. The same tackety boots. And they used them when they were scrunching through the southern forges to protect them against whatever it is that they were tramping over. And it's the same tackety boots. Whoever made this particular set of tracks, and there is a clear set of tracks going through over on the grass. You can see the bent broken grass. It's going down through that way, and it's heading off down the side alley and away. Has come from, or bought boots from, or is somehow connected to Nuln and the south of Nuln, and probably is somehow connected to some of the factories down there. You're not entirely sure which, because obviously, how could you be? But definitely
Or Nuln.
no.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah,
Or Nuln.
definitely no
Am I correct?
bullshit elfing going on. So you're up at the bar.
Oh, yes, I find, don't worry, buddy, I've got this.
I love it when he says that.
I throw up silver just to grab the old attention because nothing shows noble more than putting your money in the
You
air.
are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
As within a few moments, the chap who was pulling goes, there you go, and pops over. Hello, my lord.
Hello, yes, no.
Yes, you can see his happiness sink into his face when he hears your accent.
Good, wonderful. We will have, looking at the top shelf, what have we got?
We have we have a lot of very good choices up there.
Okay.
Scanning down the lot of them, there's one you've never tried. It's from Callaghan. And because that's come up recently, you know that the wines up there are noted for their... You've never tried it, but apparently, like ice peppers, it's got this thrill of chill through it in the eye. And it's a red, a full-bodied red, yet somehow it comes across almost like it's chilled when it's in the mouth. And you can't decide whether it sounds horrible or not, but you're really rather keen to try it.
Yes, I should do really.
But it isn't cheap.
What's the damage?
The damage for that one is 2 crowns. It's really not cheap.
Do you take guilders?
He says, alright.
Excellent. Well, look, I'll give you these guilders. Right now, I know that these are worth a little bit more than the crowns, so I expect a little bit of something extra.
He says, well, how about we get you some plates of, he looks at you, you'll be looking for a proper roast.
Yes, please.
We'll get a proper roast over you. Which table are you at?
That one over there with the
father?
priest, the bride wizard, and this lady here as well.
It's a terrible joke.
Yeah, we'll get you sorted out. You two at the back, as you get to take the bottle. Oh, this is not cheap, and you've been wanting to try this one for a while.
I also would like to do a quick carousing check, if I can. No, gossip? Carousing?
If you wish to stay up here at the bar, you can do so and not go back. Yeah,
Just
do
as-
so.
just
It'll
as
be a
it's,
gossip test, and Caruser will bounce off on that
We'll get
one.
some ale as well.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So, you two at the back, what's your plan? Oh, and the father.
Hey, well, he could just appear to be lost in quiet, blind contemplation.
Yes.
But attempts to actually listen out with his acute sense hearing to hear if he can hear anybody talking about us other than just it's my massive father.
I was about to say, yes, several people are talking about you, but it's mostly along the lines of the massive father.
Just make sure there's nothing
and the
sinister.
wizard, and the money being flashed up there, and the enormous woman with the white hair.
That's fine.
You're just not normal people, and that's certainly enough for them all to be chatting about.
That's
But
what
there's
people
nothing. But there's
Sinister
nothing
in the
on.
middle.
No, it's good. So as I was saying, no, I need those two first. On the outside, what are you doing?
Shall we follow him? Can you shadow?
I can try. You go ahead, so I don't mess your stuff
No,
up.
just stay behind me. Just be quiet. Still, I have
Do
to...
either of you have shadowing, just in case that is important?
Yes,
As a talent?
I do.
Perfect. Oh, of course you both do. Stupid question.
So it's highest of perception or stealth
Yes,
rather
you
than...
choose which one.
Yeah.
So you can choose highest of perception and stealth whenever you're doing the necessary tests and do not be seen
It's
by anyone
tricky
that you're
because
counting.
my perception is higher, but my stealth I reverse failed.
But it's the skill you test. The talents will apply regardless.
Oh, well, test perception then.
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. Oh, no.
Oh, that's available talent bullshit.
Yeah, totally. Talent bullshit in this case. Okay, so you don't need to roll yet. You're fine. Because he's going to be actually ahead of you and looking to see.
We're just so
what's you.
excited.
So, following your track, you did very well in your track test. You managed to track him over a cobbled piece of road. Over to the other side, you catch a tackety boot about 10 yards down. It's a distinctive footprint. Absolutely no doubt they went that way. And after about 10 minutes...
I'll whisper the specifics of the boot so Yumi's got it in her head too, as before we
pointed
start,
out.
because
Yeah.
we'll be further away. So.
After about 10 minutes, you trace down the tracks to a completely different inn. Hanging from it is a large golden trumpet.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
deeper, it's larger.
Oh.
That's much better. Like it?
Well, I think first, before we go back to them, we should go around the back and check he hasn't just tried to pass through the inn and
Are
use
you
it as a...
curving around again?
Yeah.
Yeah? Stealthy tests. Your test, how'd it do? Gossip?
5 successes.
You sit there chatting away. It's clear that the primary gossip that's been dominating the halls just now is what the fuck? Largely the capital. What is going on? There's all the sounds of the riots, obviously, that's to be expected, but the Emperor's edict is beyond anyone's understanding. They just don't understand it. It makes no sense at all. But this innkeeper says something which I think is potentially a gem. You can decide yourself what you think it is. As he says, Yeah, but you know how it is. Some people have children waterborne mutants. Now they better keep them. I mean, it's not right to just kill babies, is it?
Okay. No, probably not.
I mean, if you had yourself a little baby, and that little baby had eyes of different colours, I mean, would you kill it?
No, certainly not.
What if one of their pupils was a little bit of a different shape? Would you kill that one? Where do you draw the line? He says, where do you draw the line? I think the Emperor's perhaps onto something. You know, I understand that a lot of people don't necessarily, but he's the Emperor. I mean, if anyone's going to know, it's him, innit?
Yeah, well, of course, being placed
And I, of
there.
course, support the nobility.
No, quite rightly, as you should.
Yeah,
And of course, we support our common man.
Exactly.
There's your money.
You can come back to that nice little bit if you wish.
Yes, no, certainly. So, number one, fantastic. Well, potentially fantastic wine.
How many?
4.
Oh, cool.
And then number two, I think the innkeeper here might have a mutant child. Well,
Father, let's go.
I might have jumped to conclusion.
Flame on.
I might have jumped to conclusion. He said that theoretically the Emperor is sort of okay with his edict that he's released. So some people are behind it.
Well, exactly. If the intent is to sow discord, if everybody agrees with one side, it's not very effective, is it?
No, I know, but at what point is healthy conversation, then discord?
At the point when the Empire falls apart and can't stand against Aruna's power.
Well, I mean, that's quite an extreme position to take.
It's almost like we're in the end times, my lord.
This end times, it's just...
Oh, not this again.
I know. You've just got to see things better, and I go off on my, like...
I believe you were going to pour me a glass of wine, my lord.
Beyond that, the wine itself is an experience. It's full-bodied, it's rich with just a hint of what you think maybe chocolato.
Oh!
Sitting at the back of it. just a hint. But what surprises you is that the reputation is well founded. It has that similar chilling sensation as ice pepper in your mouth.
Well, it's very nice, isn't it?
And it's an experience. It tastes good and an experience. And then the roast! While they're dealing with the roast and tucking in, the hungry bellies make their way around the back.
We've forgotten about you.
You've forgotten that you were supposed to go out and check if he was there and then come back out
I
again.
believe we've established he's not there.
Exactly. And you haven't left.
You go around the back and meet each other at the back end. This one, unlike the other, doesn't have a large high fence. Instead has a metal gridded fence. Iron would be better. With little hammers, comets, all the way around. Hanging at the back is another golden trumpet, but this one is just iron wrought. And it looks like it may originally have been the sign of the front that we replaced.
Is it smaller?
It is indeed smaller. There you go. The back door is there, as are a couple of high, mouldy copper stills.
Right. Well, we'll have a look for tracks.
Heading in, taking a look. Do a test, please. You can do a tracking test if you have track.
I don't have to. Could I just do perception?
I mean, you can.
3.
2 successes this time.
Don't see anything, either of you. Definitely isn't here. 100%. Didn't go out the back.
Okay.
It's the first meal you've had in quite some time where you didn't go, really? It's a full plate of a lot of meat and some vegetables. The vegetables around the edge, the way they should be, complementing the meat, not being not replacing the meat, as is also too common amongst the common fare that you've been thrust.
Yes, now
upon
you see, remember the roast that we had outside Altdorf? That was good, right? But this is excellent. Like the depth of the gravy, fantastic. That wine. See, every cloud, if you look for it, has a silver... Ah, yes, I realise what I've done there. But it has a silver lining. You know, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Albert's made a point to pick around the meat and he's just eating the vegetables.
Fork.
Yeah. Good to Birdie.
Can we go in the back door, did you say?
I mean, you could. And it's obviously not your back door. Someone might be on the other side and say, "Oi, elf girl with the short skirt, what are you doing?" Or alternatively, there might be no one. You creep in, it's great.
Do you think you could?
I'll go up because I'm a little bit more discreet than.
The fox comes out through the fence and immediately is up again. Yes, this is the moment. This is the moment.
Don't fuck up.
Chickens for the Foxy.
Wait, what's my prey? No, I passed.
Superb! Oh,
Can I ask a question? When
No.
please
I mean, yes.
when she does outsee me, right?
Yeah.
Obviously she'll disappear from my
No.
like, I'll just forget about her.
No, none of those things. What happens is she murmurs something about Renald, for example.
And I just look away.
And when you look away, But once it's going, you look away. You've got other things. You hear a noise, you look over
Well,
that way,
my
you look
question
back and
was
she's
going to
not there
be,
anymore.
will it also apply to her fox?
Absolutely.
Yeah, thought so.
Completely. Nicely done.
Cool.
The hungry fox hunts. And nobody paid attention because they were far too concerned with the clucking of the chickens.
Wait, isn't you seeing me write one of those where if I have lots of successes I can...
Yes, they all are. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I got 7 successes.
Oh wow! Holy crumbleweeds. You can extend it. Superb!
Forgiving me. Or even Ronaldo's forgiving me.
Are we slipping in?
Anyway,
pushing-
sense of relief.
At the back door, makes a slight creak, and on the other side there's a cook who doesn't look at the creak, instead creak of the door that is, and instead looks over at the pot which suddenly bubbles over, looking away from the door as you pass by. As you pass by, the door creaks and turns back over, sees the door open, oh dear, and goes over and shuts it as you just walk right by. You can't help, but use stealth. So do a stealth check, please. You can break this. She doesn't do a stealth check. The more stealthy you are, the harder this is to do.
2 successes.
That's not too bad. As she creeps around behind you, and you just walk straight back right past
I
her.
can't help to notice the similarities between this and something that happened in the Tales of Altdorf.
Funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
As you make your way through, find yourself at a bunch of beads. Oh, bless those little beads. They're all little comets. They're being very carefully whittled and put through a string. Loads of them. For a brief moment, you perhaps look at it for more than a brief moment, and you can't help but go, oh, oh. It takes the nudge from Alaminowith from behind for you to go, oh, oh, oh dear. And through into the other side. And it's just straight into the inn. And he's over there. He's actually just over there. And he's sitting down with 2 fellows chatting. Other than that, the inn is populated. There's quite a lot of people drinking. There are no trumpets sitting on the walls.
Shame.
I'm sorry to inform you. What are you two doing?
Well, what do the other 2 fellows look like?
They look, how would we describe them to your elf eyes? Very human. They are wearing human clothes that really could be made better. Oh my goodness, they could be made better. They look like thugs. Oh my goodness. One of them looks sort of handsome, as a human, you suppose. They are pretty ugly. They are pretty poor examples of humanity.
That says a lot about this.
Say nothing.
Excuse me.
Are either of them people I've seen in Altdorf?
No, not at all. I mean, Altdorf is an enormous place. The chances of seeing someone you know is very low.
No, but I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
I saw an extra few people who didn't
You did?
die, so...
So what's our plan? Are we just going to hang here, move over, sit in a seat? You were pretty distinct at the same point. No one's really paying attention. You could probably just sit at the next table.
If there is a more, like, boofy
Yeah, like
sort
almost what Alaminowith is thinking, and she'll be looking out and sort of like looking with you, is somewhere where we wouldn't actually be taking up seats, but we could sort of stand. So if someone came along and tried to sit where we were, we could sort of get out quite quickly.
Not a concern you have. They wouldn't sit where you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then, like...
Alaminowith will follow her lead.
Yeah. So where are you going?
Yeah,
let-
she'll probably just...
Say, you mean.
She'll sit close, maybe like one table away behind the guy, if there's a
That makes
behind the
sense.
guy.
So you go up and you sit down. People, as they pass by, just look at other things. Not a single person looks in your direction while you're sitting there.
Alan has just got like the biggest smile, like genuine joy.
Oh, the roast is mostly done. The wine is sadly mostly done also. It's been good. You almost feel sorry for poor Lucas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he would have enjoyed this, actually, wouldn't he?
He almost certainly would have.
You can describe it to him later.
Yes, I'm sure he'll enjoy
You'll
that.
definitely appreciate that.
There's still just a little bit left.
Oh, no, that's fine. If you chop it up, it won't last.
Doesn't travel well, right?
No, not at all, not at all. I don't suppose anybody's kept an eye out for any ne'er-do-wells or anything whilst we've been doing this? Oh, sorry. I'm not doing it on purpose.
You're the worst.
We've not seen Al or Yume, have we?
No.
So
No, it's probably...
they were gonna scoop the outside and check back in with us. So maybe
Maybe they've been caught.
Okay, all right. We should probably go, if that's the case. Should we go?
Well, we need to find where they've gone. They're clearly not here. So maybe he went out the back or doubled back round or something. Maybe they're following him.
Maybe, do you know what? We'll ask the innkeep. He should know, right? Now carry on our conversation.
Excellent. What are you going up to and keep task?
I've been pondering what you said, about the Emperor's edict and everything, and I think you're right. I think you're definitely right. You seem like
support
an
the nobility.
extraordinarily smart man. And yeah, it's good to support nobles, nobility, like myself, obviously. I don't suppose by any chance you've seen gentlemen, and I describe said gentleman with the black armour.
Have a charm test, please.
Oh, you
Yes,
can!
you have advantage.
Can I assist him with that?
Yes, you can. There's nothing like looking pretty beside him to really make a difference. Go for it.
Love it.
Plus I have
charm test as well.
attractive.
Can carousing
I'll just make a
also...
small note here that the way we do assists is different to how it's inside the rulebook. Everybody that's taking part in the assisted test makes a test. The person who does best uses their successes, and everyone else that passes gets +1.
Can I just check, because this is the first time I've used this talent. I have
Oh, yes.
attractive.
Yes?
It says use the number rolled on the unit's die as success level.
Yes.
I rolled 66. So
Well, that's a crit, and that's 6 so far, and you can roll again.
Yeah.
You
because
still
you've
have
got
to
a
be
crit.
successful on the show.
you pass the test.
I didn't pass the
Oh
test.
no,
That's
no,
why
no!
That's why I'm
You got to
checking.
pass.
Fumble.
Then that's a fumble. You've done very poorly.
Not like winning.
Yeah.
But she's only assisting,
I'm
right?
only assisting.
Yeah, but nevertheless, it's still a fumble. So you sit there, you try to look all attractive, and yeah, literally, you're and you go right, and you slap your head really hard against it, lose 1 wound, as you.
Such a terrible time on my rolls.
This is what happens when you spend all your fortune points in a side venture.
I had to.
Yeah, no, you did. You did.
Elric
How do we do?
aside and said, that was painful to see.
She sits there, trying to look all pretty. Thud.
Knowing the history of it, what did Gerhard do?
It wasn't Gerhard.
How'd you do?
So 1 success, but does carouser get involved in this as well?
Not really. That's for when you're actually partying rather than
He's
just
on the
being
job.
here.
What
Yeah,
about
indeed.
what about
Lads.
blather?
Well, if you want to
Chits.
verbally stun him in places, you just keep on going blah, and I don't think that's really appropriate here. But you are looking for a piece of information, and you've scored a success, so potentially a piece of information is coming your way,
I'll
which
stick on
is.
that one.
Oh yeah, I saw him come in yesterday. By horse.
Bought a horse.
No, by horse.
Bye, hon.
Oh right.
Yo, your cheek.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Does he? Where is it? Outside?
No, he ain't here.
Okay, but he has a horse.
No, he came in here.
All right.
Fucked off.
Good to know. No, appreciate that. Thank you.
Which way did he go?
Dunno. Looks at you.
That's a 1 success.
So, the
yeah.
pair of you
Just gonna listen and
sit down and
what they do.
listen as you hear everyone go, oh, let me get this straight. So you want me to, do you want me to smoke him out, bomb him, what? As he says, what I want you to do is drop the bombs down the pipes on the top and then the cabins, then we can smoke them out. And he says, right, so we'll do that, and then what we do? Well, any that come out, just kill them. He says, right, so there's one you don't want killed. Which one's that? The one with the scar?
Yeah, love it.
I want him in the south, preferably. See if he contacts anyone else. I wouldn't mind employing you down there too, assuming this is successful. Yeah, I mean, just a bit of smoking. I mean, I'm not going to kill anyone. He says, oh. He says, puts forward gold crowns. How about you reconsider that? Right. All right. He looks at his friend. Friend's like, no. All right. All right. Shrugs. When? How about the first bell in the morning? They'll be asleep then. Right. All right. He says. Good. So you organise that. He says, and if that all goes according to plan, everything will be perfect. What I'm hoping for is that others might approach them. If you see anyone making any sort of strange hand signals, you make sure you come back and tell me. He says, right, hand signals, like what? You'll know, trust me. Right, all right. The other one goes, yeah. Do you have any friends who might be able to help you? Because, you know, there's only two. Oh, we can do this, not a problem. Bombs are my speciality. Yeah, I'm sure they are. I'm not so sure they are. You sure you don't have any friends? I'm willing to pay them too. Oh, I've got some friends, said the other one. I've got some friends. My brother needs some money right now. He'll be right up for this. He's a farmer. It's hard times just now. You know what it's like. Yes, well, go get him and his farmer friends. Yeah, I can do that. Very good. Says, if you come back with them all resolved, he says, there is another 3 in this for you. Holding up 3 gold crowns. That's not small money. As he's like, yeah, well, don't you worry, they'll be over in the water web. Shh, no, not so loud. He says, now remember, don't kill the one with the scar. And if anyone makes any funny signs, you remember them, come back to me, and we'll track them down. You got it? Yeah, go it. First bell, I'll come see you later. He stands up, and he walks out. Fuck me! He says, we're gonna be rich! And the other one goes, yeah. Maybe we shouldn't tell my brother, eh? We could just take all the coins ourselves and say we did. Yeah, but there are quite a lot of them, apparently. Well, we got bombs. We'll just blow the whole thing up. How about we get some oil first before we use the bombs? Oh, we could just oil the whole barge. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Right, so, fuck my brother. We'll just do it ourselves and we'll take all the money ourselves. Yeah. Come on, look, let's go get a drink and then oil. And then they both pop up to the bar.
You may have taken out the garrote and like waved it at the man in black like I wish I could do this.
We'll follow him again, see where he goes next.
You hop out, he jumps up on a horse, gallops off. So, are you doing anything else? Do you do anything with these two? Or are you just heading back to inform everyone else that there might be some sort of oil barge burning plan coming ahead?
We could beat them up and take their money.
Or we could just report them to the watch and have the watch there when they come to do their...
No watch.
No watch?
There's no watch. There's only Altdorf that has a watch.
Well, she doesn't know that.
Yeah, you do.
Does she?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know that.
Okay.
Only the major city-states have watch. The rest of it's just patrolled possibly by the state army. And even then, your best bet would be tell a local lord. Good luck.
I don't think we'll be able to take them, and then we would be causing a scene and drawing attention to ourselves. I think we should go back and perhaps lay an ambush for them at the first bell.
And then
Take their money.
take the money.
Yes.
Gerhardt, when you arrive back, is sort of leaning back, looking very, very satisfied with himself.
They catch me literally half up the table, like just about to leave. Just oh, excellent. They're here, everyone. There they are.
Great.
See the remains of the roast.
Yep, there's bits of meat left on Elric's plate, but not much.
No, there are birdies.
No, birdie, no. There's no bits of meat.
Meat
There's,
pie helps.
there's some smears of gravy left on. Well, meat pie probably licked that up too. On
The plate went
but
down.
yeah, that's it.
Came back.
So you
Still
all
won't see him.
had fun while we were away?
Well, we definitely didn't see him in here. We can confirm.
I have half a mind to just let you get gassed out of the barge.
We should go and talk on the barge. People, you never know who may be listening, right?
We're settled here, right? Yeah?
I mean, yeah, I
You
could.
paid?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
I thought he was just
I
like,
thought
no,
you
I'm
meant
not going out with my phone. Wow, okay.
Well, they can burn the barge. We're having a great time.
We head back to the barge.
Yeah. No. Yes. Certainly.
What time is it?
And it's a time. It's evening. It's late. There's no bells ringing. Yeah, so you're not too sure.
This will present an interesting challenge. There's no bells.
There's going to be a Temple of Sigmar that will probably be ringing out time. Whether it's accurate or not doesn't really matter. If it rings 1, it's 1.
Yeah.
When it rings 2, it's 2, even though there's only been half an hour that's passed between the two of them. It's whenever they ring their bells.
Would law philosophy?
I'm loving your enthusiasm here.
Yeah. Would that include a bit of astrology in there?
Lore philosophy is the general everything about the natural world skill and the application of intelligence to understand it. So yes, it would include a bit of that. It's obviously not the same as having lore astronomy.
Yeah, certainly. Just roughly based on star positioning and moon.
Navigation would be
positioning.
better.
Well, can I still roll it? Do you know roughly when one would be?
I'm willing to let you give it a roll, but I'm going to drop it on a difficulty of 3, so you'll need 3 successes to actually get the information you're looking for. Anyone with navigation.
No? Oh, it's not. Sorry, it's not.
It's a normal.
It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's initiative. Yeah.
It's a normal skill, navigation.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's a normal skill. Yeah, no, I'm not at all. But that's okay. You say 3 successes?
Yes.
3 successes.
Oh, superb! Flip. You reckon we're, who? Nope, no staining over there. It's no sunlight over there at all. We're later. You reckon time of year? Maybe about 10 o'clock.
Okay, so it's about 10 o'clock now. I should be able to figure out when it will be 1 o'clock based on
Yes, but
where things are sat.
they're not gonna use the stars to figure it out.
Oh, right. If they don't have a star to use
Dong,
themselves.
dong, dong, dong,
this
dong,
moment
dong, 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 dong.
See,
Goes the
told you.
temples of Sigmar bells.
Nice.
No, you're welcome. But you are right. Ultimately, that information is pointless. You're right.
So there's 2 of them, burly fellows. They were employed by the man in black.
Can we call him something less threatening?
Well, he employed them to smoke us out, murder us all, and take you alive. So no, he's quite threatening.
I think also he did specify that they should keep the man with the scar.
Yes.
So
So
I
if he
don't.
hadn't been scarred, they wouldn't have wanted him.
Well, no, that was the only one that would have.
They'd have
They just killed
him.
everyone.
Yeah.
They would have killed us all.
But my suggestion is, what if we paint
Scar each
scars on
other.
everyone? Just paint them.
Oh, okay.
No, because they're getting oil and they're going to burn the barge.
I mean, of course.
And
But
I suggest
also
that we...
three of you aren't men.
Yeah.
I could be a man if I want to.
Did it sound like,
Don't like one.
other than our lord here,
Possibly.
that they knew who anyone else in the party was?
Didn't seem. Sorry, I
The
wasn't there.
thugs didn't seem to know we're just thugs he'd met, and the man in black wanted the rest of us
Did
dead.
he know? Did he say anything?
He
to
said nothing.
identify?
He just said, keep the one with the scar, kill the rest of them.
And
Because
he
could we
also.
turn it round and maybe find out where the meeting point is and go and claim we've killed everyone?
No, because
No, the man in black has seen.
he has seen us all.
Yeah,
He
I've
knows
seen
who
us
we are.
all.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should just set an ambush for them, get them before they come anywhere near the barge, and...
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, do you know where they are now? Are they still in that tavern?
No, because we followed the man in black, not the thugs. They're probably still in the tavern.
Or
They
we
were
could just
getting a
go. We
drink.
could just go have a run
And
with
after
them now.
that, they were going to get some oil. Perhaps you could have a word with them. You're quite scary.
Thanks.
They were also said, the man in black said that he wants the man in the scar down in the south.
Yes, he did say that.
And also to keep an eye out in case we ever do the hand signal or interact with someone who does the hand signal to us.
To tell.
Don't do it.
Yeah, so he wants to
hand
know
signal?
about those people.
This
So it looks
one?
like he's hunting them too. And maybe
So is he hunting us because he thinks we're them?
I possibly.
I mean, it makes
But-
sense, no?
No,
They
I
approached him,
Yes.
did the hand signal,
Well, the man.
thinking he's Caster Lieberlung, because
So
that's
this
what we're
fellow
saying.
is hunting Castor Lieberung.
Back in Altdorf, didn't they then go speak to him, or was he just watching? No, they went to speak to him.
I did.
Yes, they did.
I don't think it's as complex as that. I think they just want me in the south and down to the rest of you and all who would,
Do you think it's the Trots?
could be. I mean, they've asked me to go to south anyway. I've got to go down south to deliver this, filling out the letter.
And if the Trots wanted him, he literally had you in arms.
I think we do not have enough information to speculate yet who the man in black is or is working for.
So do we capture these two folk?
I suspect they know very little more than. But we should capture them and ask if they know who he is, what his name is. He.
I think it'd be a fair assessment given the conversation. I think you've got more than enough intelligence. They've just been hired.
Yeah, they literally
They'll
have
know
just met
nothing.
him.
They know as much
Yeah.
as you.
Yeah. So the man in black with the Nulner boots.
Yes.
I've got learned Nuln. So was his accent particularly? It sounded posh, but was it particularly Nulner?
I'm going to let you do a lore language Reichspiel test if you have it. You've got it as a natural.
Yeah.
You got lore null?
Yeah.
Yeah, let that one go. Go lore null.
Also, it was
Yeah, well done.
the case that the men, the one that died in front of you, for example, they were putting on an accent,
Yes. But the man in black, he did sound posh.
but he
Right.
might be putting it on.
He could have been.
Yes, you can do that. For instance, I do a good sort of East End.
Oh, let me hear it.
All right, mate. What can I get an eel? You want a pie? Whee! Show us your nipples. Those various things that they shout out.
Uncanny.
See, it's quite simple.
It fitted his face. So either it was his accent or it was
past that.
done quite well.
So, loosely, what is our plan? We have a pair of folk who are apparently going to try and smoke you out the barge with oil and fire. We have ourselves a man in black who is apparently looking to keep you alive with the hope of seeing him contact anyone making funny signs. And he wants to know anyone that may have made said funny signs. And you've got the... That's it, really? So what's our plan?
He had a lot of cash. Like, we can't trust anyone.
That's fair.
But we can trust Joseph.
I mean, sure.
Well, should we warn them to not be on the boat just in case, and then we'll cut them off at the top of the pier?
Well, I think, how far away is this tavern?
It's not far.
And maybe we should go there first, because if we can catch them while they're still in the cups,
And you can
I can dissuade
put the
them from
fear
this
of
reckless
God in them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, one god
Also-
in particular.
Yeah.
If that fails, but Elric, actually, I need to ask you a question. If somebody lights a match, or let's say a fuse to a bomb, near you, can you just be like, that flame now travels much faster, and as they hold it in their hand, would that work?
Hashtag yes.
Lovely, excellent. Thank you, Twitter.
That was a little bird, yeah?
Little birdie told you.
Elric, sensing a battle may be approaching us, is concerned with the father, because we've had the battle language to rely on. So he'll try and get in the father's eye line and make a symbol battle language.
Yeah, you got it. You can sense the movement, and he replies.
So
You still have access to all the goodies.
I suggest a couple of us stay here to guard the barge while a couple escort Father Luchol to the... And perhaps you go to point out the gentleman?
If we're intimidating them,
Yeah.
I'll go.
Yes.
I'll go intimidate them.
I can't see, and even I can tell that was impressive.
I'll happily join you.
Should we get you some clothes as well? Oh, it's 10 o'clock in the evening, isn't it?
Shopping tomorrow.
Yeah,
Once we've
okay,
dealt
fair
with
enough.
this.
Right.
Once you kill these guys, we'll go shopping.
I guess some.
Back to the trumpet. Who's staying on
A
guard?
mirroring
I'll stay.
convenience.
Staying on guard. Anyone else staying on guard?
I'll
Is everyone else
stay with Al.
Marvellous. An
Yeah, anyway,
opportunity to have a wee chat. Should you show
Birdie
wish?
stays well. Just to that's Leopold's bodyguard. That's Gerhardt's
I
bodyguard.
don't. Well, am I going to get in the middle of something?
Well, exactly. Chaperone slash bodyguard. I think Birdie should stay.
what I've done
She
there.
is very
The hour is late.
still a bit drunk.
Yes, Birdie's definitely staying.
I swap into my gooseberry suit.
Marvellous. They're not there. They've already gone.
We could ask where they could buy oil.
Yeah, if there's anywhere that would still be open at this time.
They said that they'd fetch it, so they didn't say buy. And given the hour, it's unlikely they'd be buying. It's more likely they'd be just getting lamp oil or something similar.
Our Brazier just slowly.
So we go with the ambush plan then?
Aye, we cut them off before they get to the boat. Safest
good.
way. Although they can throw bombs.
Yes, they can.
But from how far?
Well, the jetty's like...
Is it quite short?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'd feel better
And the
getting
barge
Joseph
is
and everyone
big.
off the boat.
He's got
just
a
in
big,
case.
wide, long barge.
Maybe
Barge.
we should at least warn him and get him ready to leave.
So we telling Josef then, on the way back. Josef is sitting there on the front of his boat, as he is wont to do, with a bottle of wine. He's consistent.
Tell Lucas. Someone tell Lucas.
Oh, yes, very much so.
As he sees you and he says, "You want some..."
Josef, I have bad news for you.
Oh, I'm not running again, am I?
Well,
You lot are the worst.
we overheard that they're coming at 1, and we just
Ooh, are coming at 1.
bugs.
Yeah, couldn't we just take...
Gilda!
Christ.
Are we thinking we'll just take the barge out and it won't be here?
Roma! Up! We're out of here!
No. The man in black will return to see the work done, so if we flee now, he just finds us somewhere else. Whereas if we stay here, we know that we can see him.
But they will come. The thugs will come anyway. We take the barge to a safe distance. We can cut them off.
The barge is already beginning to move.
Oh, okay.
Apparently you have no choice as Joseph is taking control. The sail is up. It bumps again into the quay and bumps again before eventually it moves off in an entirely straight line, although he wobbles a bit.
Probably shouldn't have left Father Leopold in that pub.
He moves out to the Bergen and he's going to do himself a test, which he has passed with flying critical colours. Apparently, this man was designed to to sail his vessel at night, definitely not smuggle, as he makes his way up the River Bergen, leaving whatever trouble that you had behind.
The money, no.
Behind. 3 days later, we will be arriving at Bogenhafen. The journey there has been a lovely mixture of sights. Castle Grauenberg, for example, an enormous castle that's up in a promontory. Past that, huge chains have been lashed underneath it to try and keep the front part of it from falling off. It's an old castle. It looks like it wouldn't fall in a hurry. You know it wouldn't. Your ancestors fought and tried to take out the Once Upon a Teams and failed and failed and failed.
That sounds like an old tale.
Yes, the Once Upon a Teams. They are a storied family.
Just on the journey, I'd just like to open and read the letter if possible.
If you wish to open it, yes.
How is
Why did you say it like that? That's
Is it sealed?
It's a trap. Yeah, how is it?
It just appears to be a simple seal with a T on it.
Maybe you want to let Elric check it for any magical traps.
I mean, I saw him write it, and seal it.
And can you tell if his seal was magical? Are you blessed with the sight?
That's an really annoying fact. You just, yeah.
No.
Well,
don't.
then-
Is that a
reason
thing?
why
Is that
it's a really
something?
annoying fact is because you've heard that as a thing.
Okay. All right, can you just have a gander at this, please?
Perception test, please, Alec.
2 successes.
Yep.
I wouldn't. Try and
You've been saved by the elf.
Although
I forgive you.
I
Smashing his
could attempt
face.
to
Yes,
try
the
and
birdie
dispel
accusation.
it,
Yes.
but it would mean that the receiver of the letter would know that it's been read.
lower magic test. Oh, bless. Yes,
Well, I was going to suggest it's not
She
possible
cries.
that the letter
Like
itself is a
actually
trap.
crying.
it's possible.
You
A
are
weapon.
What, against my father?
Yeah.
No, good.
That would make sense. Marry into my brother.
Take
Kill the
control.
father?
Get rid of the patsy as you
The
said.
only other, yes, and also the only other real sort of firm hand on the tiller at all. Like my father, yes, he'll be a little bit of a lesser as far as that conversation is, but ultimately,
Your father, you know, is massively intimidating.
yes.
Yeah.
But again, with the trots, you know,
Yes,
as
but
the situation.
in that he is. Let's mince no words. The trots are scary. Your father is in control,
yeah.
and he would never ally with the trots if he didn't think he could control them. And you know your father is not someone to make an unwise choice. You think your father, as much as you don't want to admit it, is almost certainly aware of the choices he's made, and one of the things that upsets you most about the whole thing is that your father has almost certainly decided civil war is the only option. He will reclaim his land, which means he's purposefully brought the trots on board.
Okay. Yes, that's actually.
But that does sound like something the trots would do.
So, Elric, is there a way to safely destroy or dispose of this?
I mean,
If you would wish to dispel it, then yes, actually, that would be ideal.
could we not just chuck it in the sea?
That would
yes,
would that work?
He did
then-
write this letter.
And it
wouldn't
doesn't mean
remove
it's
the
a trap.
magic, but it would
doesn't mean
mean
it's
that
a
no
trap.
one could see
Yeah,
it.
it might be nothing. The better option, you've been through this sort of training, the better option would be to tell your father.
Or if you can't
Yeah, you
tell
literally give
him.
it to say, this came from the trots and it's magical, I don't trust it.
Yeah.
It's by far the best option. And if it's primed to go against him, you
Well-
put it on the table and you just let him worry about it. It's his job, not yours.
Yeah, but also I could know something that he didn't know beforehand. That would certainly give me.
Yes, or you could, or you could show your hand to the trots. What if they know when it's opened? What if that's what the magical seal
Might be
does?
all it is.
All it is it tells them who opened it and when, so they know if it passed through the black chamber with the hole screws.
Well, I mean, okay, so if you dispel that magic, then surely we can just open it anyway. You go, no magic, done. Is that how it works?
I mean, presumably they might know.
Perhaps you could just.
Like, if you dispel the
I'll
spell,
give you an extra piece of information. If it's a magical item, it's very possible you can't dispel it because there's no actual spell involved. It's a magical. There's a whole part of the process of how magical items work that you ignored. Because really, that much book learning? Seriously, it was so much. It was just so much. The word matrix was used. You're not even sure if that's a word, but they definitely used it a lot, and how the magical parts channel through and mean that the effect just doesn't count as a spell. You can't stop it. It happens. There is no stopping it. Of that, though, one interesting question came up in class. Does that explain how priests work? The wizards did not answer that particular question.
I'm a matrix.
You are.
You are a magical item.
I mean, I'm feeling a little bit like Neo.
So I understand that you want to know the information in there and you want to get something over your father. But information is of itself a currency. So now you hold the currency in your hand and you are the one delivering it to your father with additional currency. So if you want your father to owe you and respect you, then deliver it to him with the additional currency.
I mean, you're not wrong. Honestly, he would just see it as like that's the duty that has to be done, and really.
Yes, but will he
owe me
expect
nothing.
you actually to do it?
That's
Fair,
fine.
you don't think he would.
And also, more to the point, are you actually planning on going to Neufalio?
What, to give him the letter? Well, yes, we're going that way. I said I would. I think I should. Well, that, and also I'd actually quite like to have a conversation with him anyway. Just with everything that's been going on.
We can sneak you in. We can do it.
Further up the Bergen, steam rises. The Bergen itself appears to be somehow hot. And as you're gliding through it, turns out it's not. No, the steam that's rising up is almost cold.
Oh.
Ba ba ba!
By the way, while they were talking about the magic items, Alamena
That was
burst
yesterday.
into no, but like Alamena wife burst into tears and.
No, I know. I
Bernie
already saw that.
Yeah, okay, good.
As we glide our way through to eventually forest on either side, hills, breakway to fields, fields breakway to villages, towns, and then Bogenhafen itself. Bogenhafen is a proper Reiklander city. In that, as far as the Reichland's concerned, it's a city because it has a high temple of Sigmar in it. Other grand provinces might use a different name or a moniker, they might call it a town, but here it's a high temple. That means that there is a high priest there who's probably responsible for other high temples around, much like Ubersreich is a city, by that definition. Much like Ubersreich, tall walls around it, but unlike Ubersreich, an enormous fair spread out around the edges, mostly in its setup. Josef looks pretty excited as he sees it all. This is something that you've wanted to go to since you were a baby. The Schaffenfest. It's just a giant festival. Now, you know its history. You know originally it was just a cattle festival. That's all it really was. But one change by House Saponatine changed everything. Tax-free. Then suddenly everybody came. Everybody came. They came all the way from Averland, droving giant longhorn cattle all the way up just to sell tax-free. And that brought an enormous swelling of the population, which in turn brought an enormous fair that spread out from it. Every year, on Mitterfro, every year, Bogenhafen's population almost triples, sometimes quintuples according to some things. Indeed, if you believe the broadsheets that you used to read from Altdorf when you were really, really keen to go, 10 times the population! Just people, so many people, there largely to have fun and sell, sadly, only cattle and similar tax-free. And you can see the jousting lists. It's probably what the Elector Count has come to see.
Oh, excellent.
Come to be involved with. In fact, they're fluttering on the wind is the Elector Count of Middenland's flag. It's already up. Yes.
Is it cow jousting?
It's unlikely to be cow jousting.
Could we invent the sport of cow jousting?
And you could definitely give that a go. Cousting. The fair itself is spread all the way around the south side of the city and up over the by the river, but doesn't quite cross the river. But there are some things on that side as the barge is making its way over towards the big open arch through the walls that break the Bergen. The River Bergen here is far thinner than it was back down by Callaghan. Oh, you weren't by Callaghan, pardon me, by Weisbrook. As the barge just pushes through. It's still pretty wide here. We're looking at almost 100 yards wide. We're relatively close to the Grey Mountains now. Up there, on the heights, you can see them just in the distance. Mist, cloud all around. We are definitely down in the south now. Orbigland it is. This is where you grew up, not here, per se. It's where you grew up also. But that space of land between the forests of the Reichwald to the mountains. That big swathe used to be a kingdom in and of its own right. And indeed, to this day, the Upper Teufel, the last remaining vestiges of that kingdom, is an archduchy. One of the provinces, but not an electoral province. It doesn't get a vote, where Altdorf does. Well, Reichland does. So, he pulls his barge, into the Hagen. Get out of it. I've been watching you giggling away, you children. He
Not only is Alamena white trouble, but there.
pulls in to the Hagen wharf. A big wharf with the words Hagen on all the warehouses on the other side, Hagen, as he pulls in and starts tying up. Josef, you already know. 2 days ago he told you what he's planning on doing. Selling everything, buying everything for cheap. racing back up to Altdorf and open our make all the money in the world.
As we're pulling into the harbour, Birdie takes advantage of the fact that she's helping with the boat.
Yep.
To ask Joseph and go, has it got a high temple here?
Aye, does. Says, up the hill, up there. It says, right at the back.
She breathes a sigh and goes, fucking hell. Thanks, Joseph. I'll sort those ropes out now. On to Simon.
Right down there in the cleat. Job well done. We're in Bogenhafen, a city on the edge, on the periphery of having a gigantic festival of fun. Woo! Yay! Woo! But we're here for a reason. We're relatively early in the day. Not that early, it's around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you wish to try and visit a lawyer's office, you could possibly do so. Yeah, quite. We're here. There's possibly a whole shed load of money about to come your way.
Okay, so
I, by the way, haven't bought that many coins if you successfully secure them. And if you do, I will not be passing them over as a giant chest.
that's a shame.
Say the giant novelty check.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We're here. Good, excellent. I can pick up, or we can theoretically pick up this, the cash as part of this, whatever this thing is called.
Which in your own words, was obviously a trap.
Yes, exactly.
But
exactly.
is the trap here, or was the trap somewhere else to get you on the move? So if it was the man in black who sent this to get the Gerhards alike on the road, then he will have waited at least a day because he was expecting our barge to be there and those men to report back, which means we are ahead of him, which means we can perhaps make it to the lawyers and find out if it's all just nonsense.
Well, that as well. But also, good way to spring a trap or deal with a trap is to be aware of the trap and put your foot in it, if that makes sense.
Or put someone else's foot in it.
Put a stick
Never
Or
hunted
somebody
before,
else's.
my lord. Have you?
I have, but I'm usually at the back.
Spring it with
Not
a
putting your foot in the trap.
Or yeah, with a
someone
stick,
else's
or
foot.
someone else's foot, or whatever, something along those lines. Where, but if you're aware, you can theoretically go, "Fire!" and you can hit the trap, pull your foot out very quickly. This is what I'm suggesting.
I think we should go to the lawyer.
I think you already made the analogy of putting your head in a wolf's mouth or something.
Yes, I did actually. Yeah, because it was worth the money to do it. Yeah, very true. Very true.
And it went very badly.
Yes, it is. You're right.
I don't think that it's just a way to get this man on the road, but it's clearly thought through every step. So I think if we go to that office, something's waiting for us there.
I agree.
I hope it's...
What if?
It's probably not money.
What if
Lucas comes up from below.
he doesn't
Are we here?
go directly?
Schaffenfest! Pardon me.
Lucas, 1 second.
Sorry.
What if you don't go directly, but you send your factor?
Exactly.
Yes,
An
somebody
agent.
else. Yes, no, I agree. What? Okay, so who can we trust that would take the?
Lucas goes,
No.
No, not Lucas.
no.
Our boat friend here.
No.
No.
Wait,
Birdie.
as long as we. No, but Birdie could not. No offense, Birdie. Well, no, this isn't offensive at all. You could not appear as man.
No, but she could appear as the agent of you.
Oh,
no,
just
it's an affidavit. He's got to be there.
yes. It says
He's
whoever
got to-
holds
he's got
this.
to go himself.
He's got to be there to claim it, but he doesn't need to be there to go there to arrange for him to come in to claim it and to check
But
the
what's the
place
point?
out.
Make
Because
a
we
point.
suspect it's a trap.
Yes, but they
Lucas.
won't spring it unless he's there.
Exactly. So
But
foot in the trap.
might notice that it's a trap.
So
I
then
think-
she might die
I
if she's
think-
by herself.
I think
Well,
we should
quite.
just... I think
I
we
wasn't
should just
advocating
all
for the
go.
plan, I was just explaining what the plan was.
Should we not be trying to find the Elector Count?
I mean, yes, we can do that as well.
The
That
more
is the big
important
one.
thing.
But can't we do this first and find out who employed these lock, stock and barrel to write this letter? So we can find out who laid the trap.
We should have done that while we were in.
I'm sure there's some
Altdorf.
kind of confidentiality thing that lawyers do.
Yes. But we will
They may.
Barely
wheedle it
last,
out of them one way or another.
barely last past a punching.
There you go.
They're lawyers, so
I'm not for
If
it.
it's just a lawyer, just walk in there. I mean, what are they going to do? I mean,
They might-
what do you expect?
I don't know, Lucas, if I'm completely honest, but it might be watched. Do you remember when we saw Alfie? And there was that gentleman waiting outside.
Yes, well, that certainly might be the case, but
I mean, we got out of that situation.
I
anyway,
think
so it wasn't an issue.
I think this question is simpler as are we doing it or not? And if we're doing it, if you're sending just one person, that seems foolish. Surely you want to go in strength.
No, I agree.
Banding together, Sigmarite style, that sort of thing.
So,
and I don't have a hotel, so maybe we should go to a hotel first, book in, and you can go.
well, hang on 1 second. I'm going to a hotel. Not yet.
But where are we going to stay?
Well, look, we'll figure that out in a minute. So let's do a number
The
one, the barge.
Schaffenfest is on. If we don't go to a hotel, we won't get a room.
But I'm
No,
just
no, no.
staying in the barge.
Barge.
No, the barge is going tomorrow.
Well, exactly. So we've got 1 night here. So here's what we do.
He says, no, barge in here. Well, the docking fees are too much.
How much is the docking
I'm
fee?
going straight out.
So Lucas is right. We will go and get a hotel,
He
and
says,
then we will go
I'm
to
liking
the
this line. He says, you'll need to speak to the Agons.
Right.
They're the ones that own the dock. I'm only unloading.
Okay.
He says, you need to speak to the Agons. I'm waiting for the stevedores to come to unload. But the chances of them letting one of their docks be full is low. I can dock outside.
Yeah.
But we're talking, I think we've got to be outside the Schaffenfest. There's like an entire area, so I've got to go about 9 miles down the road.
Okay, fine. We'll find a hotel. It's going to be ridiculous.
And tell us where you're
We
going.
might not get one there.
Tell us where you're going to be.
He says, well, no, we'll just go downriver, about 9 miles.
Any noticeable markings from the shore? Should we require to
I can imagine a
retreat to
whopping
your
great
own
barge.
The giant pile of barges.
Yeah.
There'll be lots of them.
There'll be a lot of them, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's the Schaffenfest, there'll be loads. I'll come back again when I've got my stock, whatever it's going to be, and I'll load it up wherever I can.
So let's
Did
do
we have
this.
cattle in this barge this whole time?
No, not at all.
Wine. There's lots and lots of wine. So here's what we do. I think we should run through the collective, see who wants to do this, who doesn't want to do this, and we'll get to a vote ultimately, right? So Father Leopold, what do you think?
I think it's reckless, but I think it's better to know if it is a trap or not.
All right,
So
that's a 1 for going.
So we go, but warily.
Warily going, but still 1 for going. Elric.
What are Elric's senses telling them? So acting like talents like nose for trouble and sixth sense.
Nose for trouble works when you're looking at peeps.
Yeah.
So that won't do anything. Sixth sense is not doing anything. This place is quite unlike Altdorf.
Yeah.
There's no prickles. There's no nothing. You're just left with the decision as it stands before you.
I don't like the idea of walking into a known trap, but if we have to spring it, we should be the ones. You're right.
Okay, that's 2. You may. What do you think?
Maybe and my wife could do the tingly thing again, so we could tell if you outside,
I'm in
and then
danger.
you can tell if you were in danger.
That works.
That
Like
is a
it.
fine
So is that a
plan.
yes? Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely stuff. I'm a yes. I mean, majority rules here, but you know, should still ask. Birdie?
I'll go where you go.
Right, lovely stuff. I mean, wife.
No.
Right.
I say yes too.
Perfect. And Lucas, yourself?
I would rather stay outside if I'm honest.
I
but-
think you should stay in the
Just
hotel.
you don't have to be part of it. Just want to know your opinion.
well, how about we get directions to a central Platz, and then I'll work from that Platz and get back there if I secure a room. And then you go up to the Platz after you've finished this business, assuming that the trap
Yes.
didn't spring and you're all dead, and hopefully we'll meet in the middle, and I'll hopefully have a room.
Excellent.
But I will say it's possible that we will only be able to secure expensive rooms.
No, that's fine.
Just make sure you understand. It might cost £1 or £2 per night, possibly even more.
Okay, not a problem.
Just make it. Just making sure.
Right,
I mean, that
before
will,
you-
if anything, support your current claim.
Yes, exactly. Before you
Get
go,
pile into one room. Yeah. Like a human
That is
pyramid.
not how it works. They go by people, not by beds.
shame.
Oh.
Here is right. I need you to take this. So
Yes,
if we don't come back,
Yes.
get this to my father if
I shall.
possible. Thank you.
But
Tell him about the magic stuff.
I understand.
Yeah. He's
I was quietly listening in the background,
Smart
and I'm
man.
now terrified it's going to explode in my heart. But I understand.
Thank you,
I
Lucas.
have heard of that happening.
Thank you. I feel so much better.
You're so mean.
Terrible.
Also, before I don't forget,
horse.
this is for Josef.
Thank you. You paid your dues for Josef. For those of you who are paying, you should do your payment.
How many days?
Yes, you'll get wages. You're on 2 per day, I believe, aren't you?
Yes.
Do you just
Yes,
want this?
that's 5 days.
shillings
So
per
you get
day.
yourself 10 shillings.
How
You
much
just
was
want
it?
this?
Yeah.
2
Five-
shillings per
2
day.
shillings
I
is
need
10.
some change because I've only got a gold crown again. This keeps happening.
Potentially it does, doesn't it? So while you're resolving that, Lucas will poddle on off, get some directions, and then find that there's a central square at the top of the hill, right by the temple at the sadly high temple of Sigmar. Throw it in. Life is good. He comes back. He gives directions. Apparently, the main square has almost it's almost like a wheel, spokes of streets going off it, so it's particularly easy to find your way up to and from said square. It tells you that it's a very nice part of town, and he's rather hopeful there'll be some branch of the Imperial or something similar he'll be able to get rooms in. He is somewhat concerned though, because upon reflection, well, the Electicans, they probably will want, they will almost certainly have taken up entire floors, which is going to make it difficult to get any rooms. I really should have thought about that before I thought that there would be some rich rooms left. Very possibly isn't. They won't be. I'm not sure what sort of manors or estates are here. This is really outside my.
Well, we can share small rooms.
Well, if there's anything, a lot of people will just be camping outside.
Oh, well, we could do
We
that.
could camp.
That's exciting.
You will need tents, and the
But that
price will be
cost-
inflated.
Oh.
Everything will be inflated. Absolutely everything.
This is Glastonbury.
Edinburgh in August.
Pretty much. We're used to this. It's just festival time.
I inevitably thought of festivals when we had learned about the overspill car park, like Barge Park.
Exactly what it is.
Couldn't we just make friends with the electric car and just stay with
I love the way that you think that this is an easy thing to do. None of us are royalty.
Well, wrong.
I'm
Speak
not
for
dressed
yourself.
like
Well, I'm not royalty. Are you royalty? Can you prove it?
Technically.
I can't. Look at how I'm dressed.
Well,
You can
clothes,
prove
cheaper
it?
than.
Well, I went by my house.
You can prove it.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps that's our routine, but you're going to have to get a change of clothes because no one will believe you.
I have merchant's clothes.
You're going to have to get a
Slight
change of
upgrade.
clothes because no one will believe you. No, you can't. You can't appear as a merchant, Mom. You
It's
just
a-
can't.
Could be a merchant prince.
It's a last.
I like your style, but that's not quite how the nobility works, sadly.
I would rather it was a last resort sort of thing.
Well, it is somewhat like outing oneself, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, I'll do that. You go to the lawyers. The lawyers is down this. You go up to the centre by the square, so we can all go up there, I suppose. So we know where we're meeting, and then you go down from there, and then down a side street, and apparently it's down there.
Right.
Birdie pays particular attention to the layout of the streets.
Speaking from bitter and harsh experience, fortunately the streets here are relatively well organised,
Good.
or so they claim.
Altdorf needs more signposts.
In the centre, it is like festival time. There's jugglers, there's fortune tellers, there's people in abundance attempting to. Yeah, well, you have learned, Birdie. There are people in abundance attempting to entertain others. There's storytellers, there's street preachers, there's a clown over there that's busy tumbling away, and an acrobat right behind them. Someone else on what looks like. Oh, it's a mechanical horse.
Oh!
See, you're already falling for it. You're already falling for
Who's
it.
going to be the one that falls for it?
Yeah. So they're gathering crowds. They're all obviously here for the Schaffenfest tomorrow, when they'll all go outside the city itself and just gather amongst the masses. Lucas is really excited, and he's trying his hardest not to look at. As he's, all right, I'll go to the hotel. I'll definitely find us something. If you take your time, that's all right. I'll be watching someone. He says, right, I'll go and find. Have you seen the hot? No, I'll go find some rooms. And off he goes.
Bless.
Father, we should get you a fortune telling.
That would be interesting.
The very second he goes, all impetus is gone. Fortune teller, horse,
Right.
go!
No. Lawyers first. We can play afterwards.
And we're not. I mean, are you suggesting that I tell people's fortunes? Because I can, but I'm not going to.
Good coin, innit? Good coin.
Funny.
I'm not going to cheapen my talent.
Why not?
But think of the donations you'd get.
It's a holy gift.
What about
Give it to me at a
full-
time of crisis in order to preserve the empire.
Are you making your way down as you talk?
Yes.
You could help the ordinary folk by giving them guidance.
Oh, guidance,
for
yes,
coin.
but I'm not going to take
For
the coin. Why?
Because we need money, don't we?
Gerhard
Do you?
spent all his money again.
Because Gerhard spent all of my money.
That's copper. Is
Your
like
money is back. Don't you worry about that. All fine. Paid it back as part of the session.
The money I took from you hasn't been. So.
No. Actually.
Yeah.
She literally crept into your room while you're sleeping and stole coins. I didn't tell you that. So!
In lieu of pay.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
For one success of sleight of hand, can Yuma just suddenly appear with like a treat?
Oh, easily. Definitely.
Yeah.
A big bready treat with meat wrapped through it.
Oh, nice.
I'm putting meat pie on a string.
Yeah.
Good idea.
With all these lovely smells. Exactly.
The offices of Lock, Stock, and Barrel.
With a name.
Lock, Stock, and Barrel are down a side street in an alley. Small door,
I mean, come on.
Lock, Stock, and Barrel across it. The sign. I don't want to say it's freshly painted. I don't want to say it because it makes it look a bit obvious as a trap, but it's definitely not showing the hoary signs of age as you would expect. I mean, the way that the ink has been pulled down it to try and suggest staining, if anything, does not convince you. Nevertheless, perhaps it's just their style. But it is a double door.
Father, this looks,
Hinky.
as we say back home in Talabecland, mad dodgy.
Right.
Okay. So, go in. What's... Are you waiting outside?
Elric is glaring all around.
Do we want some people set up outside? Does
Yes,
that go
to
in?
watchful.
Yumi was sitting in the background and she said something along the lines of, and then Ranal danced free and was never seen again. And she's not there.
Okay, good to know.
Well, she's dead.
It was nice knowing her.
She's probably gone for more treats.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll gladly stay outside and just shout
Just in
if you
case.
need me in.
Okay, excellent. Alright, ready? Feeling good? Well, as good as possible. Through the door.
Knocking or just going in?
No, just walk in.
Marvellous. You walk in and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wooden chairs. 5 of them match, 1 of them does not. They're relatively old.
Yeah.
On the other side, there is a... Is there something you would like to?
Yeah, as he goes in, Leopold is going to utter a blessing of breath.
Marvellous. There is a desk. And a woman behind the desk, old, with a bun up in her head.
And he's going to, as he does it, he's just going to reach out and touch Alan wife as well.
Sounds good.
So she also has the benefits for a blessing of breath.
Sweet. She has a small pin's nez across her nose. And she is quill up. There's just one door out of here. Yes,
That is the
hello?
door that we came in.
There's one other door out of here. So there's the door you came in and one other.
Yeah,
And
makes
6 chairs and there. Yeah.
Yes, so hello. I come presenting this documentation. And I slide across, first off, the letter, which has got bloodstains on it.
Mix it up.
I've just sort of noticed that.
I've got a freshly stitched scar on your face, to be
True,
fair.
yes.
Yeah.
No, you can.
I'll let her do it.
She looks it down. You'll need to speak to Herbal.
Right, where is he?
Pardon?
Where is he?
Oh, Herbal.
Yes.
He's in his office.
Right, okay.
You sit down, I'll go and talk to him in a moment.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
When she goes, she'll go with.
Marvellous.
Nice.
She goes through into the other room, which is less a room, more a corridor. Walks down the length of that as the door shuts behind you. She goes out the other side, which goes into an open street. And she says, "Yeah, they're here." And then closes the door. As the door closes, you hear, in the door in front of you, honk.
He'll instantly attempt to try and kick it in.
I thought you might try and do something like that.
Yeah.
You will also hear on your side, honk. And then a voice calls out from above.
As soon as Amenawith hears a hunk, she literally moves. She's not where she was before.
Sounds good.
She's like
Darts underneath the table.
darts underneath the table. Like,
Commander rolls across the room, under the table,
Yep.
where she can't be seen.
and hides.
Okay.
In the name of the Emperor, present yourself, Castelliberung. You are to be arrested on the charges of heresy,
Oh, good.
blasphemy,
Nice.
and for trucking with the forces of chaos. You are a foul heretic in the employ of a dark sect. You will either present yourself immediately or suffer the...
Oh, bloody hell.
Again, sorry, headphone users.
I do apologise. Splat. Drip. Blood falls through the ceiling.
Just the chat is just... Yeah. with you guys there, with you on that one.
Blood seeps through the ceiling.
Oh,
Drop, drop, drop. La, 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 la.
We've heard that before.
okay,
I'm sure you have. Just to clarify, just in case you're equating it to something else. Yeah.
Do we get out? We need to get out, right? We need to get out?
I'm sure there's
Yes.
Elric's kicking the door.
Yeah. Okay.
I
I would
could-
like to have from you a good strength test.
Crit.
What a hero!
So,
How many successes in total?
4 in total.
Superb. As his leg pulls back, bang! Boom! The bright wizard bursts in flames up on his
Staff's on flame.
Staff's on fire.
He's having to get up.
Oh!
And his hair is kind of standing a bit on edge as well.
And from you, can I please have a perception test?
I am loving this new confident Elric.
1 success.
One success. You can feel the creep from above as a drip of tar-like dar falls into the floor from above, and it mixes with the blood, and it falls.
Can he attempt to dispel?
There's
Or-
nothing to dispel. The only way to get rid of dar is either to, I hesitate to say this, channel it, or alternatively burn it out. There are other methods, but they are quite beyond you. Generally, you have been told if you've got dar, you just burn it out, and if you can't burn it out, you just have to quarantine it.
Andy, you had me at burn it out.
Yeah, I figured
But
this is a building that's part of a lot of other buildings, and yes, you might burn out most of Bogenhafen.
But I'll burn the corruption too.
I mean, can we at least get out of there?
After that door's kicked in, just get out.
Yeah. Yeah, so you've seen like an apparition of a bright wizard.
Yeah.
And he's
Just-
like, go!
Okay.
Don't burn the city down.
Does Leopold notice anything with his new senses?
Do I even notice the blood?
No, you don't, interestingly. You will hear it
That is
as it drips.
disappointing.
Yeah, you will hear it as it drips. You all piling out.
Oh, yeah.
You're caught in that small corridor.
Oh, shit, we don't know where
It's
you
both doors locked.
Are there any other doors?
Nope, one at either end.
Guess I'll
Do we
try
know?
and pick the further
There's
one.
nothing to pick.
There's nothing to
There's
pick.
no lock. Whatever bolts were put in place are on the inside of the door. It was clearly designed to trap people.
Do we notice that Yume's not?
No, of course you don't.
Because we didn't see it.
No.
You would have heard
Well-
Elric shout.
Yes, you would have heard that.
Yeah.
She's on the other side of the door at the moment.
What about the one behind me?
It's also locked.
But it would have been locked.
The one that she went out of, she went blah blah blah, clunk click, and the one at the back clunk clicked while you were in the corridor following her.
Yeah, but that one wouldn't have the lock on their inside.
There's no inside or outside.
no lock.
He means on the inside of the door.
It's inside the door.
Rude.
Very rude.
We are
Yes.
once again in a murder house.
This is Murder House 3.
Well,
So what are you doing? You meant
Are you going to go?
I guess
or-
I'll bang on the
bam 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 bam. You hear it from the other side.
And Elric definitely would have noticed the 5 people who've gone past.
Yes,
4
absolutely.
people who've gone past them.
So perception test from you, and I can have a perception test for you as well, Yume.
What about those with keen hearing?
Crit.
Superb. That door's metal on the inside. It's clearly meant to look. It's got wood panels, but it's all metal on the inside. It's designed to trap people on the
Actually,
inside.
can't melt steel beams. So
Yeah. This is actually a bit of a conundrum if she's trapped in there.
Okay, with that perception roll, then he.
Yeah, you're fully aware of the situation. Your best bet might be to go through the walls to either side.
Or
They're not going to be that well built, surely.
Father, we may need your hammer.
what if we? She's. I remember. Like, what's happening?
I
Well,
rolled 5 as well.
we're missing someone, and they're
Same
trapped.
thing, yeah.
Where are they? Can I?
Oh no, worse.
Elric will point.
She's locked.
No, there's murder holes above you.
Oh shit.
There's murder holes above you. But blood drops out of one of them.
Quickly!
Possibly literal murder holes. As in someone's been murdered up there. And you hear just at the background. La 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 la.
Where is she trapped?
Behind the door. The
Can't we
it's a
break it
metal
down?
door.
Ali, my wife will go and start looking at the walls round about and see whether
They're you can roll. They are walls. Perception test, please.
she's looking for
Anyone
weak
else got
points
anything
to
else?
use break and enter on.
Oh, nice. Break and enter. Good talent.
You stay with me.
I will
Don't go
do
back
a
in there.
blessing of protection on myself.
Nice move. And Ranal dived down into the corner and was unharmed by absolutely everything that might come from these murder holes.
Yeah. One success.
One success. You think possibly the best bet's actually away from it because there's something that's clearly sliding right in. So you might need to go almost that far across and start breaking in there to break around
I need
it.
your hammer.
Bam, bam, ba, bam, 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 bam. There.
Can Leopold
Burst
earn
through.
another blessing? Or
Oh yeah, absolutely. Pray to Sigmar to provide
have
your
a blessing of strength?
sweet. Come on.
Because I could barely lift his
As
hammer.
it breaks through.
Well, why didn't we swap out?
Because I've got break and enter.
Oh, of
So
course you do.
I can
Yes.
actually use
got
my melee
Bam,
on
Continue.
walls.
Bam.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good shout.
More of a thief than you realise, as she literally breaks through it, showing an unexpected zeal with said hammer.
Yeah, quite strong.
Breaks through into the other side, and you can see it's a long corridor with all of the plaster off the walls, so it's just bare bits of wood with the plaster yet to be put on, and a couple of peepholes that go into the small corridor where you are. They just go off into apparently nothing. This is a back part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not going to be able to tear through that easily, but you're very slender and very agile. You can get through that hole quickly to go into the other side and start bursting through there. This one's much easier. Alamenowite literally bashes her way through the wall, bursting through. Elf on the other side.
Oh, come on, quick. Oh, can I see her?
No, she's got
Yeah, 'cause
blessing
she called-
Yes,
'cause
she's
she
got
called
blessing
for us.
protection on just
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So, wow, she's through. You out? You're out, and you're out on the other side. Are you intending on burning this down? I mean,
He'll
darn
quickly
small
explain
quantities.
what he believes Dar to
Yeah,
be.
I'll loosely explain so you've got something to say. Darn small quantities is common, sadly. It gathers wherever the winds of magic stagnate, and it normally dissipates. But the fact there was a fair bit of it dripping down suggests that something was up there.
Yeah. And keep in mind, Elric wouldn't have heard the proclamation for Castor Libero.
Yeah, mate.
He just knows.
Oh,
He's really loud.
He was
loud.
Was he?
Yeah, I think
He maybe would have heard the scream of being
No,
murdered.
I
but
I
He
think
would have heard the whole
everybody
thing.
heard that scream.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And if it wasn't festival time, this place would almost certainly be full of
Because
what's up there.
looking
equivalent to
outside,
what?
like, are there windows
Yeah.
for where that person was presumably talking from? Above?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
you
from
probably
where-
would have heard.
Yeah, I think so.
I will climb up.
Are
and
you,
look through a window.
Are you sure? Because whatever has killed or murdered in that building is gathering some evil magic. It's probably not good to stay around too long.
I won't stay long.
Evil tends to
Climb test,
attract
please.
evil.
Apparently, elemental is going up. Evil has attracted evil.
Give a foot.
Did someone say the sign was? Is it
Father, you give her a help up.
Does that,
Don't worry.
does that mean I have advantage if someone's
Yeah, you
giving
definitely
me a
have
hand?
advantage. Definitely.
Yeah.
Over. There is not. There's not a corpse. There is a lot of red guts, twisting viscera, dripping down the walls on all sides.
Sounds
There's a
like cool
single
tech.
door on the other side, broken. Something has gone through there. And the ceiling broken out to open air.
Burst in, gone out, maybe. Or
That looks very likely. Whatever was here is
nothing,
gone.
Yeah, so possibly a dark like a spell or
Possibly.
something that.
Possibly, and it could be nothing more than the remnants of
Yeah.
whatever was done to this. Splat! And yeah, we'll be doing our cool test at the end.
She'll just
Real
jump
stress.
down. She'll just,
Yeah,
She'll
definitely.
just jump down.
Yeah, hop down.
I think it's gone. It must be the whatever was up there laughing. Perhaps cast a spell, exploded the man. There is an explosion of man.
You
How much
are quite
viscera
convinced
was
it wasn't a spell because you'd have probably felt the drawing of the winds of magic above. If it was that close, you almost certainly would have.
Was it just the one up there?
Can we have this conversation further away?
Yeah, we probably should
Oh,
move
I want to
away
talk-
from the murder site.
Yeah,
Are you
Elemental
going to
look
manage?
at the.
No, I think
No.
that'll
Just going
draw
to leave
more
it?
attention to a
Should
bright
Should we? Is the sign detachable? What? The sign above the door. You said there was a sign that's badly painted. Just we've been asking for this place
Yeah.
quite publicly, so if we can remove the sign that says that name, that might be helpful.
Good
It's
idea.
really not hard. Yeah, indeed. You might be happy to know I literally rolled 3 99s in a row for people coming. So no one came. I was sitting here fucking seriously.
There's a festival on.
There's a festival on. It made sense.
It's just a performance.
Yeah, it's just another one of those
Yeah.
extremely deep, throaty, screaming performances.
Fresh poem.
Yeah, fresh poem. You won't know, but we used to have people that shouted fresh poems in Edinburgh's festival outside my window until almost midnight. Fresh poems. Oh god, I'm going to have that as a NPC for you to engage with.
Gerhard will love that guy.
Yeah.
Fresh poems.
His poems weren't even
Yes,
good. So, poems aside, it appears that it was exactly what you expected it to be. It was a trap to try and capture that chap, but it did not land, presumably, in the fashion that the chap above intended. It was all viscera, but as the horror of that particular show plays through your mind, and let's do our stress test now, just so that we've got it out of the way.
2 successes.
That's good.
Although arguably, if it was in the service of Gerhard, I wouldn't need to.
No, you're right. You
Take
don't need
stress.
to take that stress, and it was for that. Nice. She's got a talent.
help bullshit.
Yeah. No,
It's just a talent.
although it came from being an Ian or elf, so
bullshit.
yeah, quite. As the horror of that image begins to settle in, there was bits of black leather across the walls as well. You're pretty sure that
He did get.
he did get here, and it's probably him who died. And as you play it through in your mind, yep, that bit of skull with hair in it, right colour hair. That fresh bit over there, that skin, that's the correct colour of skin.
Really distinctive boots.
And those boots. Those boots, because one of them there with its tackety edge can be seen.
I might have heard his voice as well already, though.
Yeah, but the shouting
It didn't.
is really very
It just
different.
didn't sound the
It
same.
didn't, yeah, it was
to
quite,
me.
yeah, quite different. Different accents for different jobs. So that was clearly bullshit. Putting it sweetly. Sadly, you're not going to be able to go to your father with all the money. But there is one big benefit. 2, I would argue. Number 1, you actually have the royal suite. The Elector Count doesn't have the royal suite.
Oh, excellent.
You only have it for a single night.
How much is it?
5 gold crowns.
A head.
5 gold crowns for the whole suite and staff. Doesn't matter. It's the royal suite. Food is not included, obviously. And copious amounts of wine you intend to consume is also not included. Sure. But 5 gold crowns does give you, I mean, you're almost tempted to use the word palatial. Lucas is lounging in a very long chaise lounge, feeling very smug.
If there are really
because, as he then confirms, actually only got it for 4 gold crowns.
Oh, well done,
Lucas. You are just fantastic. Did you get a robe?
No, it does come with a bit of unfortunate news, though.
Right, which is?
That there is an expected, he says, Jungfrau delegation.
Oh.
Which we are.
What? What is the point in making up all these flipping nom de guerres and false pretenses? Everybody seems to know exactly where we are.
We're simply a delegation. And there is a delegation, I believe, planned to come from your father to speak to the elect count.
So
it's possible your father's coming.
Maybe you will get to give him that letter.
So hang on, this is
well, I figured
his room.
You've sort of...
No, I let them think that we might have been that party without ever confirming it. I didn't actually say we were the party.
Nope, love it, Lucas. Fantastic.
But apparently, down here, Bogenhafen, very well received. Very well received. There is some significant antipathy for the court of Altdorf just now. And that, I think, pays well for us. And besides, your father may come tomorrow, the next day, possibly to speak to the elect count, but more importantly, we're at the Schaffenfest.
Yes, very
Is the
true.
bed massive?
Pardon? The beds.
Nice.
The main bed is emperor size.
Yeah, shotgun.
Huge!
Other than just like straight on that bed. Like just like, you in.
Knock her heart.
No.
Your shipping has died. Over there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 separate doors leading through to a variety of chambers. There's a total of 20 beds for servants in this place. And there's also a secondary bed for presumably the spouse that clearly doesn't sleep with whoever has actually bought the room. This is a significant suite, and it's very well appointed. Indeed, it just feels right.
Good, as it should. Any small welcoming snacks upon the pillows?
Oh, of course there are.
Wonderful.
It's even better. Winter strawberries in chocolatl.
Oh, okay.
What the hell
We're
is
on the bed first.
Shipped over from Null with a lovely cannon symbol pointing in on both sides.
They're on the Alan, I think you may are on that bed first, remember?
Is it on the on the main one or on all of them?
It's on the main 2 beds.
Okay, fine. Well, there's enough,
Like,
there's enough to go around.
But
I'm
you're
not-
literally eating them,
Full of
right?
fruit.
Oh.
Yeah. Including, you've heard of these. Bananas.
Whoa!
There's 2 bananas.
Banana.
There's 0.
We are like a whole.
Double fist the
We're
bananas.
like a plague of locusts, aren't we?
Certainly are.
For that,
They come in skin.
Wait, I mean, I assume you eat the skin.
It was bitter. The inside bit was pretty good, but the skin, you could leave.
Fibrous.
Really fibrous, yeah.
I know a person who actually eats the skinned bananas.
Some people
So do we.
Madness. Madness.
It is. And on that bombshell, we end our episode 3 with our marvellous group of very bold adventurers having not been assassinated, having not been ambushed, well done, and having talked politics for some time. Ahead of them is the Schaffenfest and all the joys that it brings, which may include Gerhardt's father. Something to look forward to. As we said at the beginning of the stream, we are off next week. We'll be posting up all the tales of Altdorf City for everybody to watch. The rest of the tales will be up by the end of the weekend. I'm busy processing them in the background just now. The next one to go up will be Yume's, which will be hopefully not more than about 20 minutes, half an hour after the stream, unless I pass out. Beyond that, it's very likely. Beyond that, we will see you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye. Woo! Now I figure out which button I meant to press at the end. Not a producer. It is...